Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live in the lobby of Bristol Motor Speedway. I should say good afternoon. Good morning to you. And we're glad to have you with us. And this is the start of a new venture. And are you on camera too? Can you see it? Wave, okay, wave at him.
How you doing?
Hey, horse.
Hey.
Okay, yeah. And race fans, in fact, there's some folks here in the lobby, and that's very, very cool. And so we're 2 weeks away from starting Bristol Live tonight. And so we're here, going to be here every Wednesday, having a big time. And I want to say thanks to Horace right out of the chute. Horace has been the man behind the scenes. You are the gorilla glue. How about that? You're gorilla. Is that good?
Gorilla?
Yeah. You've done a good job. I mean, I couldn't have done it
I
without you.
think that's insulting. Now, you saying I'm a gorilla.
I'm saying I'm counting on you like gorilla glue. You kind of held this thing together. So
okay.
Thank you, Horace.
You're welcome.
Yeah. What do you? Oh Lord, I didn't just noticed his hat. He's got him a 14 hat on. He's got him a smoke hat. So. Where'd you get that at? That looks sharp.
Well, if you look to your right.
There's a gift shop.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you go in and shop? Did you do a shopping?
I went a little shopping.
A little shopping spree?
And I tell you, that's a dangerous place to kill some time.
There you go. Because there's some good stuff in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Speedway World gift shop right here, of course, as we said, and it's all right here at Bristol Motor Speedway here in the lobby of the Bruton Smith Building. Again, on this Wednesday, 120th day together of our fun and frolic. We dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly tell you that. And let's see, where's the Bible verse? It has been, here you go, thank you. It has been a morning. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way that I should go. Thank you, sir. And I will guide thee with mine eye, Psalms 32:8. So that is the verse of the day. And we are here. And again, tickets, Bristol Tix, bristoltix.com, or 423-BRISTOL is the number to call to get tickets to, again, the last great Coliseum that cranks up here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight, we start the doubleheader. Again, the Bush Beans 150 and the UNOH 200 presented by Z-Loop. Right over there is the man. Look right here. See this man right there?
I can't see him. All I see is a hand.
That would be Landon Owen. He's the one that wants me to do the college football trivia today. So I'm going to be asking him the questions.
Okay, good deal.
And I'm talking Ophir.
Ophir.
Are you ready? I'm going to go ahead and go on the limb. Ophir. Ain't going to happen. I don't think he's going to get a single question right. So it's going to be good. So let's get started. So I guess, are you kidding me? Here's the latest. Tom Brady. Holy smokes. Have you seen this?
No, I have not.
Oh, that's good stuff.
But you know he's on my list, so anything you got to say is going to get me going.
He's on my list now, too. I mean, come on, man. I mean, don't play games with us here. Here's what Brady says. Tom Brady informed Roger Goodell in the NFL during his appeal hearing he never knew Patriots equipment employee Jim McNally. Come on, man.
This guy's living in a fantasy world.
No, he's arrogant. That's what it is.
Well,
fantasy
too, but
world,
I'm telling
you. Come on. Now, sitting over there is Mr. Bedard with his Patriot shirt on. We may get him to weigh in on this, but, I mean, look, the guy's an employee, a locker room attendant with the Patriots for over a decade. He's been there 10 years. And Brady says he's never seen it. Don't know who the guy is. This is the gentleman. He what? He said he's at the center of the Deflategate scandal. So they said, here it is. Here's part of the transcript. They're asking Brady, by the way, there's been some discussion from the Wells report about Mr. McNally and whether you knew him or not, okay? Prior to all these allegations, did you know the name Jim McNally? Brady says no.
You knew the guy, didn't know his name.
Okay.
That's stretching it.
Tom Brady, you've been around me for 10 years. At some point, I would think, even though you see me, you don't know me, someone would go, well, who's that guy? But anyway, he said he didn't. Okay, question number 2. Now in the New England Stadium on game day, there are lots of people who come in just for game days, kind of a part-time and people working in various ways. Brady says yes. Did you get to sort of know over the years their faces, whether or not you knew their names? Brady says yes. So is it possible, the next question they asked Mr. Brady, is it possible you actually knew, or he said, I'm going to ask it differently, have you learned who Mr. McNally is among these people? And he says yes. Is he somebody you actually sort of knew as a face, somebody to go like, hey, wave to, but didn't know who he was or his name? Brady says yes. Now he says, other than that, do you have any relationship with Mr. McNally at all? And he says no. Come on. Anyway, Tom Brady says this, and so then he was asked if he signs things for people he doesn't know. And, of course, he says he does, but he said, I get asked on a daily basis by hundreds of people to sign any number of things. I think I told Mr. Wells, I don't think I've ever turned anyone down. So if someone asked me, I sign whatever they would ask. Now, sometimes he would put it in my locker and walk away. There were things there, and I would just sign them. But if somebody asked for an autograph, I would give it to him. Come on.
No.
Come on now. Come on, Tom. This guy's, I mean.
It's getting ridiculous.
Oh, he's not a weekend warrior. This guy's an employee. He's been in the Patriot camp for 10 years. He said, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. He asked me to sign some footballs. I don't know anything about him. Come on.
No,
give me a break.
Like I said, it's a fantasy world, man.
It is a fantasy world. Bless his heart. Tom Brady, so it continues. Of course, he's innocent until proven guilty. He will make an appearance next Wednesday, a week from today, in front of Roger Goodell again. They'll go face-to-face, eyeball to eyeball, and I think it's going to be an interesting scenario, to say the least, coming up next Wednesday when they get a chance to sit down and go face-to-face one with another. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Again, opening up our maiden voyage here every Wednesday. We're live at Bristol Motor Speedway here in the lobby of the Bruton Smith Building. And, again, we appreciate you very, very much. You sent me a message.
Yeah.
I got lots of messages. Apester, Will Graybill, got all kinds of messages. Well, I've been upstairs recording, folks, so was it I guess it was important you wouldn't have texted me, right?
That's exactly right.
Is that what it was?
That's exactly right.
Was it of utmost importance?
Well, if you want to get on the show on time, yeah.
Which we did. We were only
about 5 minutes late.
Well, that's all right.
Well,
given the morning I've had, I think 5 minutes is good, given everything that's going on since we got up here. But we are here, and we are in the hot seats, in the rocking chairs here. Now, Landon Owens is going to come by and join us here in a few minutes, the director of ticket sales here at Bristol Motor Speedway. And he is going to be the recipient of the quiz show today. So he was talking a little smack about how well he knows college football. So he going to talk that smack. He coming to the right place. The old Cowboy's going to put it on him here in a minute. So we're going to let him come over here and try his hand at the quiz show. Again, we thank you for being with us. We certainly appreciate Drew Bedard and Jerry Caldwell. Just spoke to Jerry. Was up there visiting with Jerry, and he's all about us being here. And said, man, you come every Wednesday all the way through November if you want to. And I said, well, he said, I think you're the only one going to be here. And I said, I think that's good. So we are very much appreciative of being here again at the Bruton Smith Building on the property of the world's last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. So, all right, wrapping this thing up with Brady. So are you buying this or not?
No.
No. I don't either.
No.
I mean, come on.
No.
Give me a break.
He's at the top of my list now. He takes over Florida State.
He takes over Jameis?
Yes, he
and
does.
Florida State?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
I won't.
Go ahead. Get it out.
You couldn't
get it out of your
me.
system, horse.
You couldn't give it to me.
No.
Any Patriots memorabilia.
No. Me
you
either.
couldn't give me a ticket to watch them play.
No.
I will not watch them play on TV.
No. Where are you, 2?
I'm 2.
You need more juice. I can't hear you. Can't hear them golden tones.
They can hear me. You can. You need to turn this up.
I'm deaf.
There you go. Turn that up so that you're not
Oh, I can hear you
them
now.
out.
I can hear you now, horse. There you go. So anyway, he says he doesn't know Jim McNally, which I think it just blows my mind. But anyway, that's the very latest. Tom Brady informing Roger Goodell and NFL during his appeal hearing he never knew Patriots equipment employee Jim McNally. Tom Taylor Sports Show again from 11 to 2, new start time. And again, every Wednesday we'll be here in the high banks of Bristol. And we certainly appreciate you giving us a listen. And again, a chance to win tickets to come up here 2 weeks from tonight for the doubleheader. And also on Friday, the 21st, to come to the Food City 300. Horse, how do we do that?
You need to go to Tom Taylor Sports Show at gmail.com. Do not put the Tom Taylor Sports Show because it won't work.
I love what you do. Tom
Taylor Sports Show at gmail.com. Send us an email. Tell us you want the tickets. Make sure you put some contact information like who you are and how to get a hold of you.
Exactly. That's kind of pertinent information.
And it wouldn't hurt to put a little blurb in there about why you want the tickets.
There you go. And so that's all you have to do, and good luck. And we want you to win, but you have to give the obvious, as Horace said. How about a name? How about the town you're from? And how about how to get a hold of you so we can get you the tickets? It's just that easy. Now, the tour bus has stopped by out front. The Excursions Unlimited tour bus is here. We're going to take a quick break, and Landon Owen ready. He really wants to come over here and take a whooping, and I like that. I like a man who's ready to come over and take a whooping, and he yeah. Take a good old-fashioned whooping. We'll take a quick break here. We'll come right back. We're live at Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, as you listen to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we've already had a picture taken. Mr. Bedard's already put that on Facebook. You are so nice. I like him. That'd be Drew's daddy. Hey, we're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, the Tom Taylor Sports Show, new start time, 11 to 2 every weekday. And, of course, on Wednesdays, we'll be right here in the world's last great Coliseum. With us is the gentleman who heads up tickets here at Bristol Motor Speedway, our buddy Landon Owen. And to say the phones are ringing is an understatement. It's hopping, isn't it?
It is unbelievable. This is normally the traffic we'd see on a race week, and we're getting it on a Monday and Tuesday 3 weeks out. So we are thrilled. We are excited. And we're excited for everybody to come join us. This is going to be a heck of a week. Absolutely.
And so, one of the things you've added is a pre-race concert over the last couple of years. You've had Old Crow Medicine Show. We've had Hank Jr. We've had Winona. But this year, the concert announced last Friday. You and I talked about over the weekend. You said the phones have been buzzing because the man's coming from Aerosmith. Walk This Way. Steven Tyler's coming.
It's really raised the bar. I can tell you that. Monday morning, and we released this information late Friday afternoon, so a lot of people that found out over the weekend or whatever. Monday morning is like we had a football on sale. People were calling to get the super pack, to get down on the track for the concert, driver intros, and to add a cold pass to it too, which we never sell. So we've been blowing through those. Not only that, backstretch tickets have really picked up the pace because you got a front row seat for the concert there. So it's as good as we've had. Hank was great, Charlie was great, some of the others on down the line. But I think people are excited for Steven Tyler. He's going to rock the house.
Talking to Landon Owen, again, does the ticket sales here. Bristol Motor Speedway heads up this great department. Of course, we're right outside the ticket office. How many employees do you have here?
We've got about 35 on a regular basis. On race week, that doubles. But we've got a great team. We've got a lot of recent college graduates or even students working towards their degree in sport management or communications, whatever that may be. So we've created a nice little pipeline to bring some people in here. We train them. And they usually stay with us a couple of years until they can go on and better their careers elsewhere, and we're proud to be a part of that.
Again, we're here at Bristol Motor Speedway, again, the Tom Taylor Sports Show with you till 2 o'clock. Horse is here with us, of course, and you look at what's coming up here, and you start with 2 weeks from tonight. It's hard to believe it's here, but the doubleheader, the Bush Beans 150, and, of course, the UNOH 200, some great racing last year. I believe it was Timothy Barrett Jr. won that race out of South Carolina, jumped out of the car, the Bush Beans 150, and let out a big war whoop and said, I just wanted Bristol. And what a thrill. And of course, when you come out of here with a trophy from Bristol, obviously you've done something. Then that second race, Brad Kozlowski brought home the checkers of the truck race, so one of the Cup drivers. So this first night, tickets are on sale for a great value. And, of course, kids get in free. So what a better way to bring the future fans of NASCAR, get them hooked up, get them dialed into NASCAR, but keep bringing them up here 2 weeks from tonight and let the kids get in free.
That's absolutely right. And by kids, we mean 15 and under here at Bristol. A little different than most tracks you go to. It's 12 and under. So we give you a few extra years to take advantage of that. Adults, if you buy them early, That's before race week. They're $30. Season ticket holders can get them at half price if you do that as well before race week. On race week, it goes up to $35. So make sure you get your tickets early, save a little bit of money.
It's a Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, we're live here at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Breeden Smith building. And again, I want to say thanks to one of our new sponsors, the good folks at Chick-fil-A and Frosted Lemonade. Take lemonade, whip it in with some vanilla ice cream, and voila, it is awesome. You get 330 calories for the regular lemonade, and then the diet lemonade is only 240 calories. So, and you talk about something cooling you down on a hot day. Have you had a frosted lemonade yet?
I haven't, but I think you just made up my mind where I'm going for lunch.
Lemonade with, that's right,
yeah.
with vanilla ice cream swirled together, man, it is awesome. And here's some fans in here bear hugging, loving each other. When folks come to Bristol, it's like a big homecoming, big reunion, isn't it?
It really is. You know, we welcome home, over 100,000 race fans every single race. It's really special. It's a special environment. Each little of the campgrounds, even the ones that we don't own, they all have their communities, and they look forward to seeing their friends. It's almost like a family reunion every time we open the racetrack.
Let's talk tickets again for that Wednesday night. They start at what price?
$30 for adults. Kids are free, 15 and under. Get them early. Race week, they go up to $35.
There you go. So now's the time to get them. So $30 now, and then race week is $35. That's for Wednesday and Thursday. What about the Friday night Food City 300?
Food City 300, we start at $30 right now, and that'll go up again on race week to $35. We have different prices. Wednesday night is general admission, so you'll sit over on the front stretch between turns 1 and turn 4. And then on Friday, we have reserved seating all throughout the house. Tickets start at $35, kids half price. And then on Saturday, we don't have many tickets left. I think we're pretty much sold out of the cheap tickets, the $74 tickets. We've got a few singles left. If you're coming by yourself or you're on a budget, we can still help you out there. Call now. Wallace Tower, they're almost gone as well. Those are $95. So we're anticipating our race week. You're going to be looking, a pretty good. You're going to still have a great seat, but you're going to be paying a little bit more. So go ahead and get that in now and get your tickets, and it looks fantastic. We can't wait.
423 Bristol, BristolTix.com will be the places to get to. I was watching these folks and they're hugging and loving on each other. BristolTix.com or 423 Bristol are the two ways to do that. And of course, folks are here on the phones. And what's the hours of the ticket office?
We're open 9 to 8 Monday through Thursday, 9 to 7 on Friday, and 10 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday. So if you're watching the race at home on a Sunday or a Saturday, give us a call. We're here, and we'll be happy to help you out.
This weekend they're in Watkins Glen. A.J. Allmendinger brought home the checkers a year ago in that particular race. Then they go to Michigan. Then they come rolling into the world's last great Coliseum. He has a shirt on donning the Virginia Tech colors with Battle of Bristol. Of course, Tennessee, Virginia Tech here a little over a year from now. And tell us about the Battle of Bristol. There's a website you can go to, and tell me all about that.
Sure, battleatbristoltix.com. That's your one-stop shop for all the ticket information regarding the football game. But really all you need to know is this, is that if you buy tickets to the night race, you can put a deposit down for tickets for the Battle at Bristol today. That has just, that's why people are calling us now. Get in now. Don't wait. If we end up having a public on sale, it's not going to be until next spring anyway. So that's a long time to wait. And a lot of seats that are going to be assigned before we get to that process. So take advantage of the priority system that we've put out there this year. If you're a longtime customer, you're going to have some equity built up. If you're brand new, you can get in and start building your own and take advantage of that now. So deposits are $40. Tickets start at $40, and then we'll apply your deposit towards your ticket purchase in the fall.
It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for giving us a listen or giving us a view or both. We're live again here on livestream.com, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And then, of course, tonight we'll put it up in the Cyber Nebulous, as we call it. Horace does that for us. And iTunes and TuneIn Radio. And also, we still doing YouTube?
Some shows, yes. Some shows, no.
Okay.
Those that don't have a video associated with them, no.
Right. But like today will be.
But today's will be.
Because we have a camera that we can show Landon and all of our guests. And
it may take me a day or two because
do you want them to listen or watch?
They'll do both.
That's normally why I call in, right? So
we'll
you
do
do
both.
the video.
Yeah, we do video. We don't want to chase them all, but
that's right.
He's a handsome guy, so we'll let. And he's a martial guy too. And
that's right.
In fact, as soon as he sat down, he saw this, and I'm very proud. Can they see this horse? Would that be?
Yeah.
Let me see. Turn it better. Marshall Thundering Herd. We are Marshall.
Here you go. Use this one.
Yeah. Hey, double.
Okay, there you go.
Double barrel action. We gotta love it.
We are Marshall. Now, being Marshall boys, I like the fact that preseason we got picked ahead of the boys up in Morgan Hole, right?
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. My wife's family's from up that way, and they're all WVU fans, and I've sent a few messages to let them know that.
There you go. You got it. All right, we're ready for the quiz show. You ready to give it a whirl?
Let's do this.
All right, 5 questions here. Hit the music. Here we go. Let's listen to this. Time for the quiz show. I'm going to let him play for himself. He wins this today. 5 questions, college football. I'm going to let him have the prize back. We're going to feed him a Cracker Barrel, give him free oil change, get a haircut, send you and Mama to Bays Mountain Park. It's about $120 value. So here we go. Are you ready? Question number 1, true, false, college football.
Okay.
Question number 1. True or false? Of course, my favorite pro football team is the Raiders. True or false? Jim Harbaugh once coached for the Oakland Raiders. True or false? Now the coach of Michigan. I can't make eye contact with him. He's trying to size me up here.
That is false.
Harbaugh once coached for the Raiders. True or false?
That is false.
False. Final answer?
Final answer.
Horace, hit the buzzer, please. Ho! Quarterback coach, 2002 of the Raiders. All right. You want to stop now? Or you want to keep going?
Let's keep going.
See, when you're in that seat, you feel like.
You said coach. I assumed head coach.
Yeah.
Well, you tricked me there.
Okay.
It's a trick question.
See, there I go now.
Yeah. Hey, that's acceptable.
Hey, it's a stupid question, isn't it?
I thought we were doing college football.
Yeah, well,
I know he's the head coach of
see
Michigan
now,
but there you go.
So
that's okay.
See, when I lose, they're stupid questions. Every time I don't get them right. So that was a
Don't
stupid
blame the
question.
questions.
All right,
Okay.
I'm going to mark that one out because I just said Jim Harbaugh. I didn't say assistant. So I'll
That's
start.
okay.
No, I'll be fair. I want you to come back next Wednesday. You get a text from you going, when donkeys flies, when I'll come back and do your show.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's do. All right, so we're going to do 4 for 4 now.
Okay.
All right, here
All
we
right.
go, Horace. This is college football. Nick Saban, coach of Alabama. Nick Saban has hit the 100-win plateau as a head coach in Alabama. He's only been there 9 seasons. Is that true or false?
That's true.
That is true. He's hit 100 wins.
You betcha.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Horace hit the buzzer. Bless his heart.
He wins like 15 games a year.
He's 91-17. So
Still pretty solid
Still
record.
pretty-
Goodness.
that's what I do. I start rationalizing. Well,
Yeah,
still pretty good.
that's
Yes,
still
Tom,
pretty
but
good.
You didn't get it right. Okay.
Yep.
Question number 2, college football. Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, last played for national championship in 2001. The opponent, true or false, was Notre Dame.
That is false.
That is false. Final answer?
Final answer.
Hit the bell. All right. There you go. You know who it was?
It was Miami.
Whoa. That's awesome. Yeah,
in
you
the
got
Orange
it.
Bowl.
In the Orange Bowl. Okay.
Double credit.
Double credit. Hey, wait a minute. He's changing the rules on me here. All right.
I'm notorious for that, by the way.
We make up our rules as we go.
That's right.
We're in Landon's world now.
That's right.
All right. Question number 3, college football. This team broke the modern-day draft record by having 29 players selected over a 3-year period, 2013, 2014, 2015. Was that college, 29 players drafted over the last 3 years, was and is that college Alabama? True or false?
I'd have to say that's true.
True. Final answer?
Final answer.
Horace, buzzer, please.
Wow.
Another stupid question. It was, he says, because it was Florida State, the Seminoles. So,
Impressive.
Yeah.
Impressive. How many did Alabama have?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, don't put me on the spot. I don't know.
Okay. I just want to make
Well,
it all
yeah, I
fair.
like being on this side where I'm asking the questions.
Yeah,
'cause
that's tough.
I
Okay.
asked, all right, last one. True or false, Appalachian State over in Boone returns the most starters this year in college football. You got 20 guys coming back. Is that true or false?
It's got to be true.
That's true. Hit the bell.
Yeah,
you got
you
it.
betcha.
All right. All right. So, all right, that's, what did you get, 2 for 4?
2 for 4.
All right, let's finish strong.
All right.
Here we go. Last question. September 10th, 2016, Tennessee plays, true or false? They play Slippery Rock here. Is that true or false?
If we were at Michigan, it might be true, but we're going to say that's false.
Oh, all right. It goes
right.
3 for 5. All right. Very good. So
If I got that wrong, I might have to find a new job.
there you go.
Yep.
Now, out of fairness to you, next Wednesday when we're here, why don't you come and burn my biscuits? I'll let you pick.
I think that's fair. I'll come up with some doozies. I'll call my boy Jason Stark. and
I'm
we'll get
looking
some-
forward to this.
This
Oh,
will be
no.
good. This will be
No.
good.
All right.
Hey,
so,
I'll let you pick the category though.
let's see. Let me pick the category.
Underwater basket weaving.
I would excel in that, being from West Virginia. Let's see. I just do college football.
Okay. Fair
College
enough.
football next week.
All right.
Right
that
back
sounds
here.
good.
Thank you, my friend.
My
I know you
pleasure.
got other stuff to do.
Outstanding. No,
Yes,
great.
sir.
I always
Appreciate
have
you.
the time for you guys, and thank you for all you do, and glad that you're here.
Yep. Our very first, here's some trivia for next week.
Yeah.
Our very first guest live at the Bruton Smith Building was who? Landon Owen.
How about that?
And we are Marshall, baby. You got it.
It's Bristol, baby.
It's Bristol, baby. You got it. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. We got more to talk about here again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Oh, yeah, there's the theme. So
Yeah, you got to finish that off, man.
got to finish it off. I'm just so excited. I just feel it feels good sitting on this side, not taking the heat for once, and not everybody laughing, texting as a moron and doofus because I never get anything right. But
Oh, don't worry, I'll get those later.
we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Got more to talk about with you till 2 o'clock. We're live at the Bruton Smith Building at Bristol Motor Speedway as you listen and watch Bristol. Oh, no, that's coming up in 2 weeks. So you listen and watch. See, I've been recording all morning. I'm all messed up. You are watching the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Can you stop copying me?
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Wednesday. It is Hump Day, over the hump and through the woods to a wonderful weekend we go. If you're checking Christmas countdown, we're down to 141 days. And man, what a great present you give somebody early or get them for next year. Our season tickets to Bristol Motor Speedway. And Landon's right. I'm telling you, the buzz is here. I mean, the buzz is here in the spring, but for the fall race, the buzz is here. The energy's here already. We're 2 weeks out. And so the ticket sales are showing that. 423 Bristol, BristolTix.com. And again, Bristol Live, we'll crank that up 2 weeks from today, right across property here on the Suite, Turn 3, at the world's last great Coliseum, brought to you by Food City and Chick-fil-A and Yates, Nationwide Insurance Agency, among others. And we're very excited about that. We're excited about this gentleman right here. Now, I got to brag on his son. He has been such a good friend to me and to the show. And he's just a class kid. And, of course, I say kid, class young man. And, of course, it starts because he was raised good. And we're talking about Drew Bedard from Bristol Motor Speedway, and he's been very gracious and kind to Horace and I and Cody, who comes up here during race week. And so his father's with us, Dick Bedard, and again, your son is top shelf in my book, and I know you think the same way, and he works his tail off like all the other staff folks up here, and they do a great job, don't they?
They do. It's wonderful. We're proud of Drew and our other two sons as well, and all of our 7 grandchildren and daughters-in-law. They're all wonderful. We're very blessed.
Yeah, and you've got one of your other sons writes for Sports Illustrated, right?
Our oldest son is a NFL writer for Sports Illustrated, so I have some inside knowledge, not much, but some inside knowledge. And our middle son, by the way, not to be left out, is an ordained Baptist minister at a church in Eden, North Carolina, near Danville, Virginia.
Awesome.
So,
and his first name would be?
Kevin.
Kevin Bedard. Pastor or Reverend? Reverend, I guess?
Pastor.
Pastor Kevin Bedard.
Yes.
In Eden, North Carolina.
Yeah. Osborne Baptist Church.
Awesome. And you've been there before and heard the boy preach.
Many times.
Many times.
He's not the lead pastor. He takes care of all the youth, high school and whatever. But he's one of 2 or 3 pastors there.
Awesome. Nothing like that. Preaching for the Lord. Of course, we dedicate this show to the Lord each and every day.
Absolutely.
All right. Tom Brady. Of course, you are donning a Patriots T-shirt, which means you're a big New England fan. And so, I started the show by saying, come on now. Jim McNally, you didn't know anything about this guy. And you were over there and you were responding. And, of course, when we went to the break, you came over and voiced your opinion, which you're certainly entitled to. So tell me about Tom Brady. Do you think we're on this guy too hard? What do you think?
Well, I am a lifelong Patriots fan. By the way, just to be fair, I'm also a Peyton Manning fan when he's not playing the Patriots. I think a lot of him. And my daughter-in-law, Jessica, has made me at least a part-time Tennessee fan, except when they play Virginia Tech. So I'm really conflicted for the upcoming game. Now, you asked me about Tom Brady, and what I came over and said to you was, have you ever been deposed for 10 hours under oath by a series of lawyers? And you said no. And I said, I have been. I'm a registered professional engineer by profession, and I have been deposed for over 10 hours in a court setting where, frankly, I thought my career was on the line. I think Tom Brady feels much the same, and what I was telling you is that you're not giving Brady enough credit. He's being deposed by half a dozen to a dozen lawyers in the room. All of them make $300 to $500 an hour, and they're all trying to trash him. That is a very stressful situation. If his answers look defensive, I've been in that chair, and you try to say what they say to you when the lawyers get you ready. They say the least in the deposition and the most in court. When they get you on the stand in court, they depose you, and when they get you in the real court, they ask you open-ended questions, and then you make your case. But in the deposition, you say the least you can. That's why you see the 2-letter answers, no. Yes, because he's been coached to do that. Now, if you fundamentally want to ask what I think went on with Brady and the footballs, I'd be glad to tell you.
Well, and I appreciate what you're saying, and I just want the guy to come clean. And maybe he's not told, maybe he's been told, because to me, all these other quarterbacks come out and said, sure, they monkeyed with the footballs. Montana said it, Aikman said it, Jim Kelly said it. He said, let's be honest, we've all done it. And so this guy got caught, quote unquote. I just want to come out and say I did it, and then it probably will go away. But I think the longer he doesn't, it just kind of festers. And that's my take. Now, if he did it, it's not the end of the world compared to everything else going on in our world. But if he did it, just fess up.
I'm the half of the population who doesn't think he did it.
Oh, you don't think he did
it? Here's what I think he did. Here's what I think he did is he complains about a game in October when the balls were real hard. They were 16 PSI. I was at that game. My wife and I were there at that game, watched it from the end zone. Great game. The Patriots blocked a field goal. They missed a field goal at the end with the Jets to win it. So it was a very close game. But he complained that the balls were rock hard. This is what I think he told those people. He went back. He says in his testimony, he went back and said, what's the rule? He says he didn't know the rule. And it's 12.5 to 13.5. And he basically, I think he told those guys, you make sure they're on the lower end of that scale, because I don't want them the referees to then take it and pump it up and make it hard. I don't think there was any attempt to lower the pressure below that. I just don't believe it. All this stuff about the restroom and all that, I don't believe it. He said, make sure it's on the lower end. Or at least Brady had nothing to do with anything about taking air out. His people may. And you mentioned the McNally thing. You took his testimony and read it in a certain way. I read it another way because that's been on the record for 6 months. What he said was, well, I knew the guy, but he didn't know his name. And they had a nickname for him, and I can't remember the nickname, but they called him by a nickname in the locker room, but he didn't know his real name. He knew the nickname. When you're Tom Brady married to Gisele Bündchen and you got all sorts of people running around, just the coaching staff is 20 to 30 people. Then they have all this staff behind it. You may know the guy, but you don't know his name. So I think he told him, make sure it's on the lower end, and make sure you tell the refs that, and that's where I think Brady ended. Now, They all want the ball a certain way, every one of them, and he wants it smooth, roughed up, not slick like it comes out of the box, and he wants it at 12.5 PSI, and then he's done. I think that's the end of it. I think the NFL sought to find the Patriots doing something, and they basically entrapped them. The more and more testimony, that's 475 pages of testimony that the Patriots, that the NFL office did not want out. It's now out. People are going to peel that onion, and the more layers they peel, the NFL is going to look more and more foolish by the day. You just keep reading the Twitter feeds, and the judge that's hearing this case, no nonsense, he's not going to let him hide the data. But this judge is not ruling on whether Brady tampered with the balls. This judge is ruling on whether the NFL used the correct process. That's what an appeal is in legal. By the way, I have been accused of practicing law without a license. I have an engineering license, but not a legal license. And what's going to come out is the NFL, there was nothing independent about any of the things. The lawyers doing the independent investigation were actually representing the NFL in other parts of the hearing. The Players Association, Brady wants to protect his legacy, and he may go to the mat. He may even lose this next case that says, yes, they followed the process. I don't think they did, but he could lose it. He then will sue for watch this. He's going to sue for defamation of character. Then they go to a civil court, not following the NFL procedures, and he's going to sue them for all they're worth. And he may, if he ever serves the 4-game suspension, which I don't think he will, that's $2 million out of his pocket. He'll get triple damages minimum out of that of the NFL. They'll be paying him $6 million to $10 million to get out of the defamation of character suit that may follow.
So you think the NFL stepped in it here?
They are guilty of trying to entrap the Patriots and Brady. You have to understand, again, peel the onion. These are a bunch of people that used to work for the New York Jets. Goodell, the lead attorney, and the guy who actually, the guy who went into the referee's locker room, which is a violation of their own rules, also used to work for the Jets. Nobody hates the Patriots more than the Jets. Everybody hates the Patriots because they win, but nobody hates them more than the Jets. And so you got all these former Jets people in there trying to entrap Patriots and Brady. And Brady isn't going to stand for it.
Okay. Again, we're talking to Dick Bedard, who stopped by here. We're at the Bruton Smith building here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Okay, so having said all that, I'll give you that. But then, why did the guy destroy his phone with all the text messages? I mean, why didn't he just say, okay, here's the phone, get what you need because I'm innocent? But he destroyed the phone, which is circumstantial evidence.
Yeah, he looks terrible for getting rid of the phone, and he even used the words destroy. But why did he do it? First of all, his lawyers had already, again, I've read most of this, his lawyers had already told them that there was no way that they were getting Tom Brady's phone because Tom Brady wanted to protect his wife and kids and all of his private dealings. I mean, he's a what's he worth? I don't know. Between he and his wife, there must be pushing $500 million to $1 billion. He wanted to protect them. He was under he was under no legal right. He is under the collective bargaining agreement that the NFLPA did. He is under no right to give it up under that regulation. He then, when they asked him later about when they asked him about destroying it, he provided them the records from AT&T, and it's in the testimony, and it's attached to the testimony of all the people he'd called or texted. And he said, here's the list. He gave them an Excel spreadsheet. And he said, here, you go check them. And they had all and every right to do that because he gave them the right, because he was part of the conversation. They didn't do it. They didn't do it.
I still think it's too simple. And you're probably right on all points, I guess. I have not read the dialogue with the attorneys. But to me, if you did it or you didn't, I mean, okay, let's say he didn't do it. But still, give him the phone.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying. But see,
when I was a 13-year-old boy, my dad was still alive at that point. I was accused of taking one of my workbooks into a congregational church and setting it on fire and setting the church on fire, a small fire. They brought me into the police office. They brought me into the superintendent's office and everything. And they grilled me and grilled me and grilled me. It wasn't my book. I didn't do anything. But I was assumed guilty. And they raked me over the coals. And then my dad came home and found out about it. And I didn't, he looked at me, and he was a very strict man. He says, "You tell me if you did something wrong." I said, "Dad, it's not my book. I didn't do anything wrong." Brady potentially is in the same situation. He didn't do anything wrong. He was within the rules, and they're trying to accuse him and make him look bad. He's not going to take it. Now, if he comes out like, who was the bicyclist, the guy that
Lance Armstrong?
Lance Armstrong. If he comes out finally and it's proven, well, I'll come back here and apologize to you. But I don't think that's the case. And I think he even could lose this next suit, and then he'll go for defamation of character, and he'll end up with $6 to $10 million from the NFL. And the NFL, the more you read that testimony, they look like idiots. And he looks like a good witness, well coached by his attorneys who say the least. Say the truth, but say the least.
And that's why you're getting yes and no answers.
Yes, sir. That was a yes or no answer.
Yeah, you did well. See, but again, I know we're going around the barn here, but this guy was an employee of the Patriots for 10 years, for a decade, and he doesn't know who he is.
He didn't know his name. He knew his nickname.
Right.
And he knew him by sight. But
right.
He did not know his given name.
So if I'm up here working, because I've made a conscious effort to try and learn everybody's name, or at least a face and a name, and after 10 years, I just...
Are you a star NFL quarterback married to the biggest model in the world?
No.
And he is arrogant, by the way. The Patriots and Brady have been arrogant, and they have acted arrogant. I'll give you that part. But if I'm him, he's got some right to be arrogant. There is nobody with 5 Super Bowl rings. He has 4. Who's the other? Quiz. Who's the other that has 4?
Bradshaw.
One more.
Staubach.
One more. No, not Staubach.
Montana.
Yeah, Montana, I think, has 4. And Bradshaw's got 4. But there's nobody with 5. And you notice when he came out to throw out the first ball at the I'm also a lifelong Red Sox fan. You know, I grew up in New England. I can't help it. But Brady wore a shirt at the opening day this year to throw out the first pitch for the Red Sox. Do you know what was on the front of that shirt?
No.
The number 5.
Wow.
The number 5 was because he says, "I'm going for 5." And the Ravens, who called and told the Colts about the balls, and the Colts turned him in. The madder he gets about the Ravens and the Colts, the better chance he has to win 5. And they're making him really mad.
I'm right there with you to a point, but I still say if you haven't done it and you're okay, you're innocent, just give me the phone. All right, let's play devil's advocate before we go to the break here. What would be wrong saying, okay, I did it? I mean, he had to have known. There's just no way that he did not know that football, because if I put these headsets on, I do these headsets every day, and I've had this happen, or I've had those kind on. I put them on and go, something's not right about this. Yeah. You know, they're either too tight or the wire's loose or whatever. Yeah. So when this guy picks up a football and does it for a living, and he sees that football and goes, this thing's too heavy or too full or not enough air in it, he has to know. All these other quarterbacks said, as soon as you pick the football up, you know. And
I'm telling you, we didn't go into this, but the scientific evidence shows, that if they started at 12.5, they were within the limits, within a tenth of a PSI. And people keep talking about the weight of footballs. It's not the weight of the footballs. It's the pressure of the football.
Yeah,
and so I think they started correctly. And the temperature, it was wet, which the leather expands, decreases the pressure. And then the temperature was at 52 degrees, and they did them in a 72-degree room. That's enough to bring it down. And no, you don't see the difference when it's 52 degrees and your hand's freezing on a wet ball. I played ball into college. I was a center on offense. I know about footballs, and you're not going to know the difference.
All right. I'm not going to sway you, and you're not going to sway me, so I guess it's a Mexican standoff.
It's just like the rest of the country.
Yeah, you ask anybody, and they'll tell you real quick whether they think the guy's innocent or guilty. So Now, last question before I let you go. Does he play until all this is resolved? He should be out there in the field?
I'd say it's about the chances are 2-1 that the judge is going to come back and say 2-1, which means 1/3 he could. 2-1, the judge says you didn't use a fair process. And all he's going to do is, NFL, you have to now go back and get an independent arbiter that's you approve, the Players Association approved, and Brady approves. They all have to approve it. Then they have a hearing, like they did the last time with the former FBI Director Mueller, who I've met, by the way. He was the mediator, whatever it's called. They're going to make him go back and do it again. And while he's doing that, he'll play. The worst thing is if something goes bad and he misses the playoffs this year or next year because of this. This could go on for years.
That's what I think is going to get strung out.
Oh, yeah.
So, being a big Patriots fan, who would take his spot? Who's the backup quarterback for New England?
Well, it's Garoppolo, who they got from Eastern Illinois. He's a good young guy. That's the same school that the Dallas quarterback came out of. What's his name? Tony Romo. Same school. Really good quarterback. But Brady is special. I'm sorry. I mean, if you just look at the on-field resume, it's unbelievable. In the era of salary caps, where you never have the same teammates like Bradshaw did for a decade, he had the same teammates. What he's done is just phenomenal. So,
there you go. Spoken like a true Patriot fan. Horace?
I still think there's something more on the phone. That's why it was destroyed. It may not have anything to do with Deflategate. It may not have anything to do with the Patriots. But I think there was something on that phone that he did not want to turn over, so it disappeared.
Yeah, that's perfectly possible.
Wow. Now, I've talked to him for 20 minutes. He didn't agree with me on anything. You say one thing, so I think that's right. So now I'm hurt. My feelings are hurt.
Now, by the way, Tom, I know you got up against the break, but what's important around here is Bristol.
You got it.
And Bristol and the battle at Bristol, which I'm deeply invested in, meaning I think it's so exciting. And this racetrack around here, this racetrack is phenomenal. I have been to probably a dozen of them. I've been to stadiums in football, baseball, soccer, rugby, all around the world. This place is electric.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't wait for August 22nd and the blackout. Now, by the way, to all your listeners, hope you got a bunch out there. I would challenge them. They're going to do this blackout thing that Drew kind of told me about yesterday, and I said, Drew, you got to come up with something to do during that blackout that's special. As little as, holding up a lighter like we used to do at concerts, and now they hold up their phones. But you got to do something special when it's dark and everybody's got black shirts on, and you give them a glow stick. And I challenge you to get your listeners to come up with good ideas for that. Because, they got to do something special, because it is special, and this place is special.
Yep, the Chevy Blackout's what they're talking about, and we'll talk more about that because Chevrolet, which is now the new official car at Bristol Motor Speedway, that was signed, that came about during the spring race. But the bow tie's back, and so they're going to do a very special blackout, as you said, everybody wearing black T-shirts. So pretty cool stuff. We'll talk more about that, and maybe we can get a suggestion from our folks to see what they can do a little extra.
You need a lighted Chevy bow tie in the turns. Each turn have a
lighted Chevy bow tie.
Yeah.
And let it sit there and burn amongst the black T-shirts.
You got it.
That'd be pretty cool.
Well, we need more ideas.
There you go. Horace is in. Always a pleasure. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Man knows what he's talking about. Don't necessarily agree with him, and he doesn't agree with me, but that's okay. His points were well taken, and obviously he's well versed on it. But, again, that's the beauty of sports show. You can agree to disagree. And see, in this country, the temperament is now, if I agree with you, then if you don't agree with me, then then we don't like each other. And, I've heard folks go as far as say, well, we don't like you, we hate each other. Well, that's a bunch of bunk because he disagrees, I disagree, and we're still buddies, aren't we?
I love you.
I love you, too. He's awesome. And I love his son. He's awesome, too. Quick break will be here. I love Horace. I love everybody. I love cotton candy.
I'm going to cry.
I'm like, what was in Forrest Gump? Shrimp Creole. I like bup shrimp. I like shrimp. I like everything. I just love the world. I'm just a loving kind of guy. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're here again from 11 to 2, and we're about to wrap up hour number 1. We're here at the Bruton Smith Building at Bristol Motor Speedway, and you're listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the 3-state region. Owner Richard Isaac says there is no charge for his quotes.
All of our quotes and drawings are free. I know a lot of the national chains, big box stores and stuff, and I understand they have to charge a price to come out and measure and do a quote, but here at Kingsport Cabinetry, we do all that for free in hopes that our service is good enough. I always tell people this, Tom. I say, you can go anywhere in this town and get a product like I have, but find somebody you're comfortable working with. If you're not comfortable working with me, find somebody you are comfortable working with. But I can guarantee you we'll give you the service. We have a full shop back here that we do custom work, and I'll just move on a little bit. We get into commercial work. We do a lot of commercial work, a lot of healthcare, a lot of restaurants, banks, schools, things like that too.
Kingsport Cabinetry. Call Richard Isaacs today at 247-6134. We're back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. 16 states, 7 countries. We appreciate that very much. Right here in the heart of the Tri-Cities at the world's last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, here on this beautiful Wednesday. Weather's perfect outside. Got some rain coming in here. We need the rain. It's been awful dry here around the region, so we need rain. It looks like it's coming. We don't want it to come in 2 weeks. We want it now and get it out of the way and get ready.
Yeah, but I'm worried about the rain tomorrow.
Putt-putt?
Oh, yeah. They're talking about an inch and a half of rain.
Yeah. Looks like the rain date may be kicking in next Thursday, because I don't think we're going to be doing any putt-putt. The Hawaiian Hoedown boys.
Crying a tear right now.
She ain't going anyway. What are you talking about? She's not going to go. Only way she's going to go is Gator goes picks her up. He said she needs a ride.
She needs a ride.
She lives in Kingsport somewhere, and she needs a ride to get to the putt-putt. So, and of course, Gator, being the Southern gentleman, said he's going to, I guess, go pick her up. I don't know. I stayed out of that. So he said she needs a ride. I said, well, go pick her up. So, I mean, I'm coming the opposite direction.
That's going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
Oh, I know. So, yeah, stay tuned for this one. So, anyway, tomorrow night, we ran into Richard Pendleton last night from the Gold Wingers, and the motorcycle folks are putting this on, and, you know, they're gearing up. They got all kinds of neat stuff happening over there, and that'll be tomorrow night over there being on Stone Drive in Kingsport, the St. Jude's Putt-Putt Golf Tournament. And you can be a part of that for $25 a person, $100 a team. If it does, in fact, rain like Horace says it's going to, the rain date is going to be next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. So either way, we're going to have putt-putt, but tomorrow night may be a little bit in jeopardy, but we'll have to wait and see. They've been wrong before, so as far as the weather. Hey, let's switch gears, talk a little boxing. Your boy's back in the ring.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
No,
Floyd.
my boy. Floyd.
Floyd's back in the ring. Oh, yeah.
He's going to do it one more time, isn't he?
Yes. He's going to do it for a lot of money, too.
And best against somebody we never heard of.
You're pretty much right. There you go. He's getting him a nice little fat paycheck. Floyd Mayweather Jr. finally pulled the trigger on what he says will be his swan song in the ring. He will meet Andre Berto for the
Andre Berto.
Oh, you got to wait till I read this guy's stats. I mean, that's like putting me in there. Andre Berto for the WBA, WBC welterweight title belts, September the 12th at MGM Grand in Las Vegas. The fight 5 weeks from Saturday will be broadcast live on Showtime pay-per-view at a to-be-determined cost, and said it will be in line with past events. So what'd you pay for in your Pacquiao? Was it $100?
Pacquiao was $100 a person. Now, just to have it at home.
Yeah.
Now, I read somewhere that CBS owns Showtime, and they were supposed to come up with a deal that his last fight would be, even though it was on Showtime, CBS was going to make it available on their network free. So
really?
that nobody would have to pay for it. So now you're saying it's going to be on a pay-per-view event.
Oh, yeah, Showtime for a price yet to be determined. Yeah.
Well, then
everything's changed.
Then Mayweather says, none of my fights are free.
Yeah.
He's a greedy individual.
Number one money-earning athlete in the world.
Yeah.
Over $200 million. No, he picked up more than $200 when he fought Pacquiao.
Oh, he picked up more than that.
Yeah, well, it says more than $200 million. Yeah. So, which helped him retain his top spot on Forbes' list of the world's highest-paid athletes with a June 1st.
Run and hide. That's all he did was run in the corner.
Yeah, June 1st, 2014, June 1st, 2015, haul of $300 million.
Most boring fight that people have witnessed in a decade.
Well,
and he gets overpaid for it.
Berto may top this one. Andre Berto. Oh, yeah. He won his first 27 fights, but he got whipped back in, let's see, I'm reading through this here.
He got whooped or whipped?
He got whipped and whooped by Victor Ortiz back in 2011.
Okay. Ortiz got him.
Since then, he is 3-2 in fights since he got beat by Ortiz. So
Mayweather wants to go out with a win. That's the only reason he got him picked.
That's exactly right. And then on top of that, here's the other reason, too. A win for Berto would leave Mayweather one short of 50-0, which that's what he wants to do. He's already said, I want to get 50 like Rocky Marciano. So he wants 50. Yeah. This would put him 49-0 if he wins this. The Brockton blockbuster Marciano defeated Archie Moore to get 49-0 on September the 21st, 1955. 20 days after turning 32, he never fought again, was killed in a plane crash the day before his 46th birthday. So he wants to surpass him, Rocky Marciano. Now, being a purist and a traditionalist, I would prefer to see Marciano there rather than Floyd Mayweather. So I'm not real excited about him eclipsing Rocky Marciano because I loved the Brockton blockbuster. That boy could flat fight. Anyway, he's throwing a real ringer in there.
Rocky Marciano fought.
Andre Berto would be the.
He fought.
Oh, absolutely.
He was on the aggressive. He was on the offense all the time.
Yeah.
Mayweather runs. Yeah. He's on the defense all the time.
Tell me how you really feel.
Well, I mean, he puts his gloves up and lets the other person wear themselves out.
Like this.
I don't know. That's all he does.
Pound those gloves, and makes $200 million, and he goes home.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's not that dumb for him to do that. That's pretty smart.
Well, I mean, it works.
Yeah. If people are dumb enough to pay to watch it,
I'm just saying that's not the kind of fighter that I would want to pay to go watch.
But a lot of them did. I mean, he just ran around.
They paid to watch
Pacquiao.
They didn't pay to watch Mayweather. They thought Pacquiao had a chance. Then he laid an egg.
He laid a big egg. And we've been down this road before. Whatever happened to Pacquiao? He's supposed to have his shoulder surgery, and you haven't heard anything more from him.
He's gone.
The guy just disappeared off the radar. So
he's laying low. He's taking his money, and he's in the Virgin Islands somewhere, sipping. Cool drink and the breeze. And
listen to the Tom Noter Sports Show. Yeah. Listen to us make fun of him. And he's laughing, say, you boys laugh all you want. I'm in the Bahamas, kicked back in a hammock, sipping one, looking to the blue ocean. So there you go. Anyway, Floyd Mayweather's going to fight September the 12th at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. His opponent, Andre Berto, B-E-R-T-O.
I bet it said Berto.
Is it Berto?
I bet it's how you pronounce it, not Berto.
B-E-R-T-O. Berto.
Yeah, but I think in the Hispanic.
What are you, Funkin' Wagnall? Okay.
It's Berto.
All of a sudden, Horace he's got him a Thetharthith with him. So, Andre Berto.
There you
Can
go.
you confirm that?
Well, I don't know how to confirm it. I have to listen to somebody else, maybe on ESPN.
Oh, you're listening to me?
It.
I'm saying Berto.
Well, but I don't think it's Berto. I think it's pronounced Berto.
Berto or Berto? There you go. Berto it is, till further notice.
That's like tomato.
Exactly.
Potato.
Anyway, he's there. So whatever his last name is, he's going to get thumped like a toast.
It's toast.
That's exactly right. His name is BW. He's going to take a butt whooping because Floyd Mayweather's going to wear him out. He is Andre, and this will be happening on September the 12th. I can only assume you will not plunk down some shillings to watch this fight. Is that correct?
No. Didn't do it the first time. I won't do it now.
That's good. Nah, all right. All right, what else going on in the world of sports? We'll put that one away. We're in hour number 1's in the books, and we're here live again at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Bruton Smith Building. On the local scene, a pair of Scienceville athletes have made their college choices, signing tomorrow. Malik Stevens will sign with Tennessee Wesleyan, while Andrew Smith will sign with Columbia State. Both ceremonies taking place at the Scienceville gym at 3 o'clock on Thursday. Did you see the story where the locker room's not going to be ready? You see that?
For Scienceville?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not going to be ready because, in fact, I was fortunate.
What they do? They messed up something? They forgot to add something?
No. See, you're making the immediate assumption. Actually, the manufacturer messed up, but from where they're getting the lockers out in Illinois that are building the lockers, they've had a lot of flooding, and the plant got flooded. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Keith Turner buys this. Haven't heard the conversation, but totally buys it. But be that as it may, they have informed him the lockers will not be ready to be shipped and be installed by the opening game, which is October the 28th. So, and of course, that also brings a red flag for East Tennessee State. He's going to be using Kermit Tipton Stadium to play their football games.
Well, I won't go there because I think we were told a while back that they weren't going to be using the field house.
I think that may have changed. I think there's been some.
There's a little sweet talking going on.
There's a little talking going on. So, but we will leave things as is. Only to say that there's a picture of Mr. Mr. Brady. I'm looking for the store that I've got. It's right over here, and it's going to be right here. Here we go. Is this it? Man, I got more stuff over here. Here we go. Midwest flooding delays lockers for new field house until after season opener. This coming out of Science Hill. Flooding, Mr. Bedard, thank you, my friend. Say hello to us and say hello to the son upstairs when you say him, would you? Good job. Flooding in Illinois has delayed production of 300 new lockers meant for Kermit Tipton Stadium Science Hill football. The football players will have to pre-dress in other areas and hang their pads and helmets on a improvised hooks until sometime in September. How about that? The company based out of Montgomery, Illinois, Lion Lockers, Lyon.
Lion Lockers.
Yeah.
Lockers lie to you.
There you go.
Well, you're going to win.
Not that kind of line, yeah. Okay. It's Lyon. But they were originally scheduled to deliver the lockers to the Topper Nation Center for Excellence by Blue Lizard, which is the name of the facility, later this month. Flooding at the plant in Illinois has slowed production. So Lion Lockers, founded in 1901, I should say, is the largest manufacturer of quality lockers in the United States. It's been a mess for 3 to 4 weeks late on schedules due to flooding, they're saying, from the plant. So the Toppers will take on Elizabeth, and we'll be there on August 28th. And so right for now, they are, again, not being able to use the locker room as they want at Science Hill, nor will they be able to use the lockers. So they're going to have to wait, and they're going to have to put them on hooks. That's not funny, but it's funny. Boys come into this multi-million-dollar facility, and by the way, the lockers aren't here, so see that nail over there?
Just hang it on the nail.
Hang your hat on the nail, boys. So anyway, Keith Turner, we're going to try and get him on the show tomorrow and let him give us the explanation. But we're going to be there August 28th, and again, bringing you Science Hill Hilltopper football with or without the lockers in the locker room. Should be a good night for football. Coming up, 3 weeks from Friday will be the August the 28th will be the start of the 2015 Science Hill football season. So, but again, they're upset about it, and I can't blame them, but I think it's one of those, I guess you say, acts of God, I suppose, because they can't control the rain and the flooding out in Illinois where they're building the lockers. So there you go. But it is, you know how they say, it is that which it is.
What it is.
It is what it is. Hey, it's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Wednesday. We appreciate you very much. Coming up starting next week, we'll have a phone line. So today we won't have the ability to make those phone calls that we normally do. But next week we will, as we'll be right here. Give me a testimonial, Horace, about Chick-fil-A. You're there all the time or fairly frequently, and what on the menu does dazzle your taste buds from Chick-fil-A?
The original chicken sandwich, waffle fries, and a diet lemonade. That will do me every time. And every now and then I have that chicken tortilla soup. If it's cold outside, I might get chicken tortilla soup.
Waffle fries. Say it again.
The waffle fries, original chicken sandwich, and a diet lemonade.
Diet lemonade.
Now, see, the other thing about Chick-fil-A, they don't go out here and they don't try to remake a menu, revitalize the fast food industry. They've got what they've got. They know what's made them great and what they are, and they've stuck with it. They've not gone out here like some of these other franchises and keep tweaking their menu and adding new stuff to try to draw people in. These people have forgotten what it's like and what got them to where they are. Chick-fil-A has not, and to me, that's part of their success story. So.
Do you like their breakfast at Chick-fil-A?
Oh, well, yeah. I don't normally think of Chick-fil-A for breakfast because there's fewer Chick-fil-A's around than there are some of the other, big chains. Like when I want a biscuit, I usually go to Bojangles.
Yep.
I hate to say that, but I'm sorry. But Chick-fil-A does have those little mini chicken things. They're good. You pop them in your, they're good.
Chicken minis.
Chicken minis,
yep.
Yeah.
All right, so the biscuits you have, in fact, for breakfast I'm talking about, you have 16 different options for breakfast at Chick-fil-A. Everything from a chicken biscuit or just a plain biscuit for that matter. Yep. Bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese. They got a spicy chicken biscuit, the chicken minis he talked about, yep. The chicken, egg, and cheese sandwich, a cinnamon cluster. Oh.
Cinnamon rolls, I don't care if they're big, little, small, whatever. They're good.
They go down easy at Chick-fil-A, yep. This is the Crossings in North Johnson City where we're talking about. Our buddy Tim Birchfield. Also hash browns. They also have 3 platters, a chicken platter, a bacon platter, and a sausage platter. And also a Greek yogurt parfait. You ever had one of those?
No, never had a Greek yogurt parfait.
Man, it's awesome.
Do I look Greek?
No.
Okay.
Do you look like you eat
yogurt
like a parfait?
No.
No. I walked into that one. No, you do not. So
I'm not saying it's not good. That's good for them.
Unequivocally, I would say no. You do not look like a man eats yogurt. No. So anyway, 16 different choices for breakfast, again, at Chick-fil-A on the Crossings, North Johnson City. We appreciate them very much. And again, on a hot day like today, upper 80s, low 90s, you need to consider the frosted lemonade, where they take lemonade and whip it in and swirl it with vanilla ice cream. You just made that Chick-fil-A sound really good. Greg Salyer. Yeah. Thank you, Greg. Let's talk about Greg for a second. Greg?
Yeah, we're not going to get him on today, dadgummit.
No, we'll try and get him on tomorrow. We'll be back where we can get a hook up with the phone tomorrow. But we're up here at the Speedway today for our first of, how many weeks in a row we'll be here? All the way through November. What is that?
Well, let's just look it up.
Excuse me, I got a frog. Hold on just a second.
We'll go to the calendar.
Excuse me, a little frog there.
Today is the 5th. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What'd you do today, Tom? Well, we count on the air with Horace.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
11, 12, 13, 14. 14 days, 14 Wednesdays to November. Are we going through November?
I think we're going to make it real close right after the Night of Smiles, right? Probably the first week or weekend, or I should say first Wednesday or second in December.
So I'm going to predict we're going to be here 16 17 weeks.
Yeah. Yep. So these folks in the ticket office are going to get used to us hearing me ring that bell. There you go. Anyway, Chick-fil-A, Crossings, North Johnson City, cool place. And we're there so many times, quite frankly, we walk in and they start hitting buttons. They know what we're going to get because the little ones get the kids' meal and I get what I get. And, of course, have you ever had the peach milkshake?
I've had their peach milkshake.
Oh,
they're good.
Oh, it is so good.
And that lemon frost is awful good, too.
Yep, frosted lemonade, yes. What makes me mad about the peach milkshake is them chunks of peaches are so big it's stuck in straw. I'm over turning blue trying to get it to come through. Then I take the lid off and always slop it over and get it on my beard, the peach milkshake. But, man, I'm in my own little world. Leave me alone. So it's all good. We'll take a quick break. Let's go to that one yonder over there, and let's see if we can't wheel in some of our great sponsors on that side of the fence. And look at you up in the corner there. You got Bristol Motor Speedway. Yeah. I never even noticed that. You are really good. I'm telling you. I'm going to brag on this guy. Slow down. In all seriousness, this guy is a pyrotechnical genius. At the church house, he's fixing things all the time, and he takes care of the sound at the church. And he comes up here, and I was upstairs recording all morning and didn't give him much help, and he was fuzzed up at me. I sit down and say, how are things going? And this is what I get. We will talk after a while. It's like, okay. It's like we're married. We will talk after a while. So, okay. So, anyway, I've been upstairs getting ready for Bristol Live, and Horace is down here setting this thing up. So I can't thank him enough. And he's been here with me since day one. The show continues to grow, and we continue to pick folks up, do we not? And listeners,
yeah,
and
I think so.
Viewers, and well, I know we do. I keep hearing too much about the show. So
well,
anyway,
people talk about it all the time. So I guess it's doing something good.
Yeah, I was up at the scrimmage the other night, and one of the officials came up to me and said, "I can't believe that Gator would ask you a Mickey Mouse question." And of course, I don't know what he's talking about. And I remembered that was part of the trivia show, quiz show 2 days earlier. So, yeah, I mean, folks are coming up and telling us about it, and it's only going to grow because we got some
I need to find him some Mickey Mouse ears now and stick it in his shop.
Who, Gator?
Yeah.
MIC. By the way, Greg gave him a great compliment. Greg Salyer was speaking to Greg that he said one of the few guys, if ever, he's had a haircut, a guy wearing a tie.
Yeah.
This would be a good time to brag on my man Gator. Take it away.
Gator.
You're on.
Cherokee Barbershop. They're located on South Roan Street, just past Tipton Haynes Farm in the Executive Park. It's Executive Park South. I can't remember. It's a little office complex there on the right. He's down there in the middle. And if you go in and say hey to Gator, he'll charge you $11 for a cup of coffee.
That's exactly
But then
right.
he'll give you a free haircut. So go in and see Gator and get your hair cut, get a shave if you want to. It's a good old-fashioned shave. He uses that straight razor. He'll soften that beard up with several hot towels, and then he'll, at the end, he'll put a nice cold towel on your face and revitalize.
Make some whiskers jump
out,
right?
Yeah, he'll revitalize you. then he's got you that massage machine thing he puts on your shoulders there at the end. I tell you, man, if you're looking for a place to get a haircut, and or you're unsatisfied with where you got, and you want to look around, give Cherokee a shot, because I mean it's a good old-fashioned barbershop. Generally, most of the time you go in there, you're going to have to sit down and wait. So.
Open 6 days a week. Again, when the barber pole's out, that means the Gator Man's in, and he's there, and he does a great job, as Horace said, and we appreciate him very much. Again, the good folks at Cherokee Barbershop. Unable to connect to the internet. What does that mean? That means I've done something wrong?
That's you. I don't know. Well, because you don't have internet hooked in. You don't have internet.
You're right. I bring it. It's only over there.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, we'll go ahead and shut this down.
I will come to your rescue during the break.
Well, that's all right.
Okay.
Horace stays coming to my rescue. In fact, when I call him sometimes in the evening, he'll go, "What do you need?" You want to go ahead and tell the story about the receiver? Let's go ahead and tell that story.
The receiver?
Yeah, the home theater thing.
Well, there's nothing to tell. That's just you being you, me being me.
I'm trying to set you up so you'll look good.
Well,
so tell them what you did. Once again, you saved the day.
I walked in, hit menu, and hit audio source and clicked the right one, and I was going.
And it happened about that fast, too. I buy this, my home theater system receiver finally burned up. I think it did, or maybe that's the one I was doing with it. So I went and bought a new one. So I get it, and I try and get it to working, and of course it doesn't. And
now, how many days did you try to get? 4 days?
4.
It's growing. It was 3.
Or no, it was 4 days.
4 days?
4 days.
Okay.
So let it sit down there, and I thought, nah, I ain't touching it. I got a little frustrated. I thought, I ain't fooling with it. So my man comes in. I said, "Horace, can you check, please, and see?" And, of course, I said, "Won't you come a little early before we get on the air? And that way, in case it's going to take you a while to do it." Okay. So he comes in, goes downstairs, where's the tuner? There it is. And, okay, you're done. I said, "Done what?" He said, "You're fixed." I said, "What do you mean I'm fixed?" He said, "You're fixed." I said, he said, "We're done. Let's go upstairs. We got a show to do." It's like, God, okay. And that's about as simple as it worked, too, wasn't it?
And it's still working for you, right?
Oh, yeah. It works beautiful. So I'm getting ready to add some more speakers tonight, so I'm going to make it what do you call it, surround sound?
Surround system.
Oh, yeah. We're going to rock the house.
Did you plug in your subwoofer?
No, I have not, because I can't find the right. What kind of cord
That's
you said?
just a patch cord. Just a simple
No, you said I need an
RCA patch cord.
RCA?
RCA, that's what.
See, I went to the electronic place. I said I need an RC30 cord. So
you know what plugs into these little things right here?
Yeah, that's all I need.
That's all you need.
Those little white and red cords.
Yeah, one for because.
Why didn't you tell me I just need white and red?
I
just
said you need an RCA patch cord.
Well, I could have done that. RC cord. Drew, are you coming down and say hello to us? You're not going to come down? He's what? He's doing sign. Your father, by the way, Drew, you'll be please know how long was he on?
About 25 minutes.
Your father was on for 25 minutes, so we took care of everything. And boy, he took up for Tom Brady. Oh boy! All right. So anyway, Drew's here, and we're glad we're here because we're at the Bruton Smith Building in the world's last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Horace has hit a button. Come back. We got more to talk about. We'll run down the Sprint Cup Chase standings. Now you're sporting a Tony Stewart ball cap. had a pretty good run last week in where were they last week? Pocono. Got him a what? Top 10 finish.
Top 10 finish.
Yeah. So you think that could be the turnaround race for him?
Until he wins one.
Yeah.
I'd say that's not a turnaround until he wins
well,
one.
Well, no, this guy's a former champion, so finishing top 10 ain't gonna cut it. But
he's got to win next couple races, or he's not going to be in the chase.
In the chase, yeah. So the heat's on for the 14. Of course, he typically runs pretty good up here.
He does.
Yeah. He
be honest with you though, Bristol, you may have a fast car, but that means nothing here.
No, it's the driver.
It's all about survival and making a pass.
Well put. Good job. It ain't the car up here, it's the driver, guarantee it. And the one who can stay out of trouble, the one is in position to win the race. Quick break, we'll be right back. We're rolling through day number 1 of our 3-hour Fun and Frolic, day number 120. Again, we are live and here at Bristol Motor Speedway at the Bruton Smith Building. We'll be right back after this with Mo, where we'll talk a little NASCAR, a little baseball here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Ask not what your country can do for you.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Martin Cooper makes the mobile phone.
Elvis Presley died today.
The Space Shuttle Challenger is destroyed.
Have you played Pac-Man?
The 1996 Olympic Games is awarded to Atlanta.
Awaiting the new millennium and the Y2K bug.
And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
Introducing iPod.
Barack Obama has been elected president.
I pronounce that William and Catherine may be man and wife together.
Happy New Year. We wish you a happy and healthy 2014.
A lot has changed in the last 50 years, but there's one thing that hasn't. The Chick-fil-A Chicken Sandwich.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Apester says you don't need a ride. I just got that text a few minutes ago. So,
well, is she coming?
I don't know.
That's the question.
That's
she doesn't need a ride because she's not coming.
That's what I'm thinking. So, no ride because no come, I think is what we're talking about here. But anyway, it's tomorrow night, the St. Jude's Putt-Putt Tournament. If it gets rained out, they are calling for
nobody will be coming.
No. Are you being serious? Supposed to get an inch of rain? I haven't even seen the weather.
I think that's what WJHL was talking about this morning.
Wow. All right. So,
yeah, some places could get an inch, inch and a half.
All right. So, what? Let's see. Talk to me. See if I can hear you.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2.
Oh.
There. Well, it might help you plug it in.
There. That's amazing. I can hear out both ears now. Wow. Been going for an hour and a half with just one ear. I was thinking, why can't I hear you? Now I can hear you loud and clear.
There you go.
That wasn't punched in. So, anyway, Tennessee football cranking up today. The Big Orange, first time they've been ranked starting preseason when they start practice since 2008. Is that a lofty overrating? You think it's legit, the Tennessee football top 25 in the country preseason?
Well, you know, they came on strong there at the end of the season last year, and they really haven't lost much. They you know, their offensive line is going to be better. I think that's legit. I think they've earned that. I do. I think they've got still a long road to hoe to get up there in the top 10, so to speak. But I think they'll have a decent season. They'll stay in the top 25 most of the year, I think.
Start their preseason practice. They've got two of their big guns, Pearson, and again the other wide receiver. His name escapes me, and I can't remember his name. I'll look it up here in a second. But they're both out for different reasons, and so a little depleted in the receiving core. Dobbs is your man at quarterback. If he goes down, I think you see a big a big, long sigh from the Tennessee fans because this guy's got the most experience. And, of course, the guys behind him are raw talent, but they're untapped. So,
well, he was raw talent last year, too, when he stepped in.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the – I mean, look what happened to Ohio State. Guy goes down hurt, guy steps up. So, I mean, that's – T. Martin did it at UT back in the day. So, you don't want it to happen that way, but if you do, then put yourself in a position to excel. That's why they recruited you.
A good coach will prepare a quarterback for any contingency. So, you know, if you've got a good coach and you've got a quarterback in the wings that needs some little TLC, they do it right and they get them prepared. And so if that fateful day comes along where that starter goes down, they can step up, and it's not like missing a beat. They just keep on going.
We're live here at the Bruton Smith Building, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, tell them before we get a little farther into the show with the Tennessee, we'll talk some more Tennessee football. And, again, how can they win tickets to Bristol? By simply responding to what you're about to tell them.
You need to go to tomtaylorsportshow@gmail.com. Send us an email with your contact information, name, and how to get a hold of you, and a little tidbit about why you want the tickets. We receive that email. We'll put your name in the hat. We'll draw a name out, and hopefully you'll be a winner.
Tennessee returns 18 starters from the 2014 team that went 7-6, beating Iowa in the Tax Slayer Bowl. You were there, you and Mrs. V.
Yep, a great ball game.
Yeah. 2000. How was the food there at Jacksonville?
Awesome.
Really? What did you get? What did you get at the concession stand?
I had a frozen lemonade. I had a frozen lemonade because we went to a big barbecue place right before we went to the stadium, so we didn't really eat much there. They got some popcorn, but I had a frozen lemonade. It was awesome.
Yeah. See, I could go, but
when
I could do this, but I thought, no, he's been too nice to me today. He's covered my tail up here, so I'm not. I could.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna let it go. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm trying to be kindler and gentler because you saved my biscuits up here today.
It's all about food, son. I'm telling you. When I
go
to a venue, it's all about the food.
Do I know that? They come back from the men's conference in Nashville, and I said, Horace? They went, I don't know, a month or so ago, some men from the church. I said, Horace, how was the men's conference? Man, we ate at Martin's Barbecue. It was awesome. I said, okay. What did you learn about the Lord? I'm telling you, Martin's Barbecue was awesome. And
had
so
some
was,
ribs. It's good.
That's okay. Never mind the reason you went, but he said the food was good. Did you guys hit the Steak and Shake? You didn't, did you?
No, because in fact, we got off at the Steak and Shake exit and saw the Steak and Shake, pulled into the Steak and Shake parking lot and saw Martin's Barbecue.
There you go.
That's all she took. We went down to the barbecue.
I'm gonna put one out there on the table for you because you've been so good to me. You ready?
Okay.
I don't know which. I guess the closest one's in Mars Hill, right? North Carolina, over the
Steak and Shake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Matter of fact, I was up at in Bristol yesterday at the Pinnacle, and they have yet to break ground.
You're upset.
On my beloved Steak and Shake.
There you go. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you can work, we can carve out some time. Of course, now the show takes up most of the midday, and that's okay, 11 to 2. But either before, I guess better yet, after the show, you jump in the big ride, and I'll take your hiney over there and buy you lunch.
We're going to go to Steak and Shake?
I'll buy you whatever you want to buy.
That's a long drive for Steak and Shake.
I don't care. You're worth it. So trying to be nice. Can you see I'm trying to be nice? Smoke the peace bike. I came down here a while ago, and I hear
Whataburger's pretty good, too.
He's dodging me here. I come down to get ready for the show. Everything okay? We'll talk later. It's like, okay, well, we must be fighting, and I didn't know that. So I've been upstairs getting my rear end chewed because I wasn't where I was supposed to be. So I come down here, and he says, we'll talk later. So it could be no, we're not riding together. I was going to say it could be a frosty ride home, but we'll be on the cell phone, I'm sure. The 2015 recruiting class, the number 4 rated class in the country, Tennessee football, 7-6, and again the Big Orange. All right, so we went down this before, but let's rehash it. What do you think when the smoke clears? What will be the record of the Tennessee Vols this year, in your humble opinion? Out of the 12-game slate.
Well, they won 7 last year to get bowl eligible. I think they'll at least repeat that. I may go out on a limb here and say they'll end up 9-4.
Nah. Well, they said they're playing 12, I think, or they're playing 12. So I'm going to go.
Well, you got to go. You got to win 7, or you got to win 6 to be bowl eligible.
Bowl eligible, yeah. So
okay, and they ended up 7-6 last year with the win at the bowl. Okay. Yep. I still think they're going to be 9-4. I think they'll go. They'll have a 7-win season. They'll go 7-5 in the conference.
Okay.
And at least 7-5. So they'll be 9-5, I guess, is what it is. 7-4 in the conference.
I'm gonna make you break it down here. Let me see if I can find it here. Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Where's Tennessee at? Let's see. Kentucky, Florida. How do you think the Gators are gonna do this year?
We don't talk about Florida.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, now Gator might talk to you about Florida.
I was just asking about the record. You don't have to be testy. I just wanted to see what you thought about
Tennessee.
the record.
Tennessee have a better record than Florida.
Okay. Ooh. All right, here we go. Let's analyze this. Send me they played. Play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they played 12, right? They played 12. All right, opening game, Bowling Green, Nashville,
Win.
Central Field. All right, there's a W. 1 for Tennessee. All right, Oklahoma in Knoxville. Mm-hmm.
In Knoxville.
Mm-hmm. Place will be rocking.
Well, they about surprised Oklahoma last year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say I think they're going to win that one.
2-0. Western Carolina at home, 3-0. In Florida, September the 26th in Gainesville at the Swamp. Mm-hmm.
Win.
4-0. Arkansas, October the 3rd in Knoxville.
Oh, that's a toughie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a toughie.
Mm-hmm.
Pass on that one. We'll come back to it.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. All right. Excuse me, October the 10th, the Georgia Bulldogs in Knoxville.
Georgia will win that one.
All right, there's a loss. Okay, 4-1. At Alabama, October the 24th.
Alabama.
There's 2 losses. At Kentucky, Halloween.
Win.
That's 5-2. South Carolina, Knoxville in November.
That's a win.
All right, there's 6-2. North Texas, Sacrificial Lamb. Yep, that's a win. So they're now bowl eligible.
Yep.
They go to Missouri November the 21st.
That's going to be a toughie. I think they're going to get nipped on that one.
There's 3. And they come back home and wrap it up in November with Vanderbilt.
They'll win Vanderbilt. And Arkansas will probably – I think Arkansas is going to beat them at home at Arkansas. So.
We've just came up with my magic number, 8-4.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're losing to –
But they'll be 9-4 at the end because they'll go to the bowl and they'll win the bowl. So they'll be 9-4, like I said.
Arkansas, Alabama. Who else do you say is going to get
Missouri.
them? Missouri.
And Georgia.
And Georgia. Okay. All right, I can live with that. 8-4. And so practice started today for the Tennessee Volunteers. High hopes, no question. I think a year from now they come up here and play the Battle of Bristol. It's going to be really wide open, and they're going to get another year under the belt. He's had excellent recruiting last couple of years, so look for Tennessee to really step it up next year. But, hey, if you go 8-4 and go to the bowl, that's nothing to sneeze at. Mm-hmm. And you can sneak up on maybe Georgia or Arkansas. You could go 9-3.
Possibility.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Georgia's at home. I mean, they got Georgia at home, so.
Yeah, and they typically don't play well up here. Georgia doesn't. And Arkansas, I think the surprise team right now in the Southeastern Conference across the board, I think would be Arkansas. A young man came down from Wisconsin's got these guys really playing well, and they're going to surprise the people in the SEC
West.
Yeah,
they'll be a sleeper in the West. I agree. And Missouri still is a wild card, I think.
So you're going 8-4. We'll go on the limb on that. Yeah. All right. Gator, you don't care about the Gators? Don't want to even talk about the Gators, the record?
I mean, we're in Tennessee. Who cares about Florida?
Oh.
By the way, your ring hit that microphone.
I noticed that.
My ear just popped.
Thank you. I didn't mean to do that. So, Gator will probably respond to that.
I'm sure he will.
Which is what you wanted. So, and anyway, that's what's going on in Tennessee football. Again, 8-4 preseason prediction. Practice started today. Pearson not there, of course, still off the field with some off-field problems in the off-season. His attorney says, quote, we're just looking for answers. This out of the Kingsport Times News that we're talking about Von Pearson. Again, looking for answers just to say when can this guy get back on the field and play football. In April, he was named as a suspect into an investigation into an alleged rape that occurred that morning in Knoxville. He has not been charged, and so they're trying to get him back on the field, but right now he's still in limbo, and so he's still off the field in practice for the Tennessee Vols until further notice. So that's what's happening in K-Town. A little closer to home, East Tennessee State University, the Buccaneers crank up their practice today on the field for the first time in a decade. That's pretty cool and pretty exciting. We had Michael White on yesterday, and ticket sales. In fact, I brought that story. I know one thing. Next Wednesday, we're going to pare this thing down a little bit. Goodness gracious, I've been flipping through papers. Here we go. But see, it's okay because I found exactly what I needed right here. So, of course, you weren't on the show yesterday, and check this out. Check the ticket sales for East Tennessee State. 2001, 2002, 2003 combined seasons, they sold $288,000 worth of tickets.
I remember hearing talking about that.
Over 3 seasons. This year alone already, the first game hadn't even been played, ETSU has sold $346,000 in tickets.
And they don't even have a stadium yet.
Kennesaw State sold out. Emory and Henry sold out. Pirate Club, which is now the Excellence Fund, they've doubled their members, is now 1,400 members. So ETSU's got the backing. They're talking about doing a practice up here in Bristol, also doing a practice in Elizabeth and Newfield. So they've been wise to go in different spots. They've been in Kingsport, been in Irwin, been in those two for sure. Back last year doing scrimmages. So what that's doing, folks are buying into the program at East Tennessee State. Plus, he went out and got a lot of local recruits. So they start practice today between 95 and 100 youngsters on the field for Carl Torbush and the East Tennessee State Buccaneer football team. So pretty cool. We going to go catch a game?
Yeah. Saturdays, right?
Yeah, except Thursday. The first game's on a Thursday night, but it's sold out anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we need to try to get over there.
We need to get over there and take Mrs. V. Boy,
something tells me she's. If it was UT, you couldn't keep her away from the place.
Yeah,
but she's not as excited about ETSU.
About the Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can get her excited. Lure her into a dinner.
And she has a master's from ETSU.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand it.
Well, it's Mrs. V. Just leave her alone. Maybe she can get. Maybe you can entice her to maybe a meal after the game. Come out with me and go to the game, baby, and I'll feed you. So you can do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you here.
I know it.
Thank you. Anyway, that's you can find out every day what's going on with ETSU football. Going to ETSUBucks.com. Again, the Buccaneers on the field and ready to go today for their first practice in over a decade, and they brought back football at East Tennessee State University.
Oh.
That's you?
That's Gator.
Gator. And what did he say? You were mean? You were talking about –
She says, I was talking about his barbershop, then I started talking crazy about a school in Knoxville.
I love it. I love it. Hey,
well, at least Tennessee has a school.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
We'll go with that.
Ooh, that hurt, Gator. Ooh, that's ouching. That's an ouch moment right there. Hey, we thank you for being with us. We're here again, day number 1. We're going to be here every Wednesday through November. Again, it's the Tom Taylor Sports Show every weekday from 11 to 2, talking sports. Tom Brady's been on the news with us today. And, of course, we've talked about ETSU football, a little high school football, the locker situation in Science Hill, the new field house. Not going to be ready for the opening game for Science Hill because of the flooding at the manufacturer out in Illinois. So they're going to be hanging their stuff on hooks.
Flooding in Illinois.
Flooding in Illinois back early in the spring and summer. Flooded the plant. So,
all right.
Yeah, Keith can say, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay. And I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but I saw his reaction the other night at the scrimmage. Went, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, anyway, if you missed it, we talked about this earlier in the week. Have you seen where they got the new scoreboard at Auburn?
No.
Oh, $13.9 million scoreboard. Activated.
Alabama will have to top them.
It's 190 by 57.
That's a big scoreboard.
That's a big scoreboard. And, in fact, they said when they lit it up the other night, they did it in the evenings, it looked like a nuclear glow because the whole stadium at Jordan-Hare Stadium was lit up.
That's probably a little bit bigger than this facade right here in front of us.
190 by 57.
Man, that's
you can go to the website and check it out. It's huge. In fact, Gus Malzahn, the coach, says could be a mid-game distraction because they're going to be showing videos and what have you during the game up on the scoreboard. And so a $13.9 million scoreboard, the largest in college football, but somebody will top it. And so, again, the Auburn folks, and it could be a distraction during the games because it's so big. And I said this yesterday on the show that I knew somebody went to watch the Cowboys play in Texas Stadium. They didn't watch the game. They watched the scoreboard because it's so big, the Jumbotron, I guess what you call it.
Yep.
It's so big and so nice that they caught themselves not watching the action on the field and they were there, but watching the screen.
So why would you pay a ticket to watch live football and watch it on TV again?
Precisely. That's exactly what I said.
Don't know why.
And the guy said, well, he didn't have any answer.
Yeah.
And I asked the very same question. Why would you go to a live event and watch it on the screen when you're sitting there watching it? You paid good money to go watch it.
Yeah.
You didn't have an answer.
Those tickets aren't cheap either.
No, not tickets. Tickets are not cheap to see the Cowboys. No question about that. Tom Taylor Sports Show again. Thanks for being with us. We're going to take a break. Come right back, and old boy is being wooed with $200 million to wear their shoes. Unbelievable. $200 million contract, put his name on the shoe. We'll tell you who it is and what's going on right after this. Live from Bristol Motor Speedway, it's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again, live from Bristol Motor Speedway. Back in studio tomorrow talking sports from 11 to 2 every day. If you missed it, the man's coming to town. Steven Tyler's in concert here. Pre-race concert on Saturday, the Urban Tools Night Race. Again, Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion and all the songs that he made famous as the frontman for the legendary rock and roll band Aerosmith. He is in town for the concert. Tickets are flying out of here. Again, the pre-race concert tickets, again, for the Urban Tool night race tickets, which include the pre-race concert, start at only $74 for a single-day ticket. Weekend packages as low as $99. Also, a limited number of Steven Tyler Super Packs are available. These include a pre-race Super Pass, track walk, plus on-track access to the concert, Sprint Cup driver intros, a cold pit pass for pre-race access to the garage area, and also some select Steven Tyler merchandise. So if you're interested, call them here, bristoltix.com. Go to the website or call them at 423-BRISTOL and get your tickets because they won't last long. In fact, Landon said they were really going fast here a few minutes ago, the director of tickets here at the Speedway. And again, pre-race concert, Steven Tyler. Of course, he's with a group called Loving Mary now, which is a kind of a country band, but in fact, Nashville-based band Loving Mary, bringing his undeniable swagger and sound to BMS. And he's promised to sing some Aerosmith songs. So I would think when they hit that guitar lick of dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Walk This Way, I'd say the place would go bananas. Or Sweet Emotion, I guess that's probably his two most famous songs, I think. Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way.
Ragdoll.
Ragdoll, there you go. Yeah, I better not say that's the two most because everybody has their favorite Aerosmith song or song. So anyway, he's here and going to be in concert on the 22nd, and he's a phone call away to get tickets at 423 Bristol, excuse me, or Bristol Tix.com. All right, so if I come to you and tell you that I'm going to pay you $200 million to wear my tennis shoe for 13 years, would you do that?
$200 million for 13 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
13 years is a long time.
Why are you even thinking about this? $200 million for 13 years to wear Nike. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm sorry, to get not Nike, but Adidas.
Adidas,
yep.
$200 million. That may not be enough.
That's what I'm thinking of there. Cover a lot of steak and shakes or a lot of Chick-fil-A runs.
I mean, 13 years is a long time.
Yeah,
$200 million. You know, when you got guys out there making $200 million in 5 years.
I understand that.
So I think I'd have to renegotiate.
He did. He's not going to do this yet. So James Harden, the NBA player, said his sponsorship deal with Nike just ended. Adidas trying to bring him a 13-year, $200 million contract to wear Adidas. They're going to develop some shoes that, you know, in his style and whatever. And so he's going to have his fingerprint on the, not literally, but a fingerprint on the design of the shoe. And he said, maybe not so much, not yet. So $200 million over 13 years.
13 years is a long time for any type of sponsorship contract, I would think. I would think they'd be more in line with 5 or 6 years. Yeah, just like a player's contract with a.
You're being serious?
Yeah, I'm being serious.
I'm going to offer you $200 million to wear shoes. That's it. You don't have to go plow a garden. You don't have to hang sheetrock. You don't do anything. Nothing strenuous.
Well, I'm not going to say it's just because it's Adidas, but what if the sponsor, all of a sudden you can't stand them?
You're stuck with them.
You're stuck with them for 13 years.
And $200 million.
Yeah, but
if
you're already rich enough that you would be getting a sponsorship offer for $200 million.
I can learn to like you a lot with $200 million. You know what I'm saying? You give me $200 million, we may not like each other, but I'll like you a little bit for $200 million. So
I would go $25 million for 5 years. That's what I would have come back for.
Well, you just cheated yourself about $175 million. Yeah, you would.
Well, but I'm not hook, line, and sinker for 13 years either.
He ain't going to play 13 years. It won't matter. If you go back and look, the longevity of an NBA player, he's winning on this deal. And
I guarantee you, Adidas has got a clause in there that that 13 years. There's a lot of stipulations. I guarantee it.
Here's a little added twist to this, and this is where we're going with this. James Harden, who plays for the Rockets, is now dating Khloe Kardashian. So.
Oh, jeez.
So there we bring that into the picture too. So, and I don't know why, but I guess it's worth mentioning that she and he are apparently an item.
The next week there'll be somebody else.
Yeah, that seems to be how it works with those ladies. Well, Kim's married for however long she's been married to this guy. So, anyway, Adidas says $200 million for 13 years. But if you go back and look, the longevity of a NBA player, not many make it 13 years. So
right.
I think this guy's winning out because, okay, I'll wear your shoes. What happens if I quit in 2 or 3 years or I get hurt?
Are they going to give the $200 million up front?
No.
See, there you go. There's some stipulations.
Yeah.
You get that $200 million.
All right, let's take it off the table and move on here. Trying to make a little conversation. Let's go ahead and move on here.
I put on my attorney hat, didn't I?
We will talk later, yes. Yes, we will. We'll talk later. It's like I'm trying to be nice and getting beat up over here on this stuff. All right, let's move right along. I don't think
well, you asked my opinion.
Yes, I did. And boy, that was a stupid thing on my part. So, anyway, so what else is happening in sports? Former Tennessee running back Arian Foster, the National Football League, in a world of hurt. He has a severe groin injury. He may be on the shelf.
Oh.
He may be surgery. He may be out. Again, if he goes on injury reserve, he can't come back till after at least week 6. Wouldn't be allowed to play in a game until after week 8. That's the new rules of the National Football League, and so
that's half a season.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What it also does for the Texans, who had a big season promised, if he can't come back, that really changes their football team.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
They got no back.
Got no backs. I mean, they've got a couple of the guys, Alfred Blue, Jonathan Grimes, Kenny Hilliard, and former Eagle Chris Polk. That would be the running backs if Foster can't come back. And Arian Foster's had a heck of a year and heck of a career, really, for the Texans. So this guy's on the shelf for the time being. And also they have a totally unsettled quarterback situation. Brian Hoyer and Ryan Mallett engaged in the camp battle, so they can ill afford to have this guy go down. Looks like Foster's going to be on the shelf with a severe groin injury, the running back for the Houston Texans. So, wow. So
Gator won't let this other story go.
Yeah, because he just sent me text. I commented on it, and the horse wouldn't say anything about it. So what's he say now?
He says, "How much is he getting paid to date Kardashian?"
My boy Gator, he's all right. All right, you know something I didn't bring up here today, or if they did, I can't find it. In my scurriness to run down here, you got 7 minutes to get on the air. Where's my headsets? Where's my microphone? It's like we'll take care of this. But now I can't find my glasses. I can't read anything I'm reading. I can't read anything I'm reading. I can't see anything I'm reading. So just bear with me here. Now, that's about right. NASCAR Sprint Cup chase standings. Let's take a look at that here. We're at Bristol Motor Speedway. Again, we're about to click off good grief, hour number 2 is about to wind down here. Yeah. Holy smokes. NASCAR Sprint Cup chase standings. By the way, coming up next hour, Brandon Cross going to join us from Bristol Dragway. Got some street fights going on here tomorrow night at Bristol Dragway on property at the Last Great Coliseum and the world's fastest half mile. Sprint Cup chase standings. After Pocono, race 21 out of 36. Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch all in. They have clinched a berth. They're automatically nailed it down. Would be in the chase via the point standings would be Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, and Carl Edwards. So these guys are in. J.J. Harvick Jr., Kenseth, and Kurt Busch, they're in for the chase. On the bubble, Logano, Truex Jr., Keselowski, Hamlin, and Carl Edwards would be in the chase via point standings. You would have Jamie McMurray, Jeff Gordon, Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, Clint Boyer, and Casey Kane. Currently out of the chase is Eric Amarola. Has a win, but not in the top 30 in drivers' points would be Kyle Busch. Of course, he got 4 wins. He's 13 points out of 30th. Had he won Sunday without running out of gas, he'd have clinched the berth in the chase. So I would think with what's got left, I think he's got a good shot of doing whatever it takes to get in the chase, wouldn't you think?
I think so.
Kyle Busch. I mean,
yeah.
He's coming here. He's the all-time winningest driver at this track. 16 wins, so.
He might have wrapped it up last week if he hadn't run out of gas.
Yeah. See, we get to church, and he sits down and says, well, you're going to run out of gas. And I said, well, okay, you ran out of gas. But what you didn't say was, so did Jimmy Johnson, so did Joey Logano, and so did Truex Jr. They all ran out of gas ahead of Kyle Busch. But all I heard was, well, you're going to run out of gas. So it was another tweak, another constant tweak. And so he was one of 4 guys that didn't do good gas mileage. It wasn't just him, but he's the one trying to get in the chase, and he's my driver. It's your chance to tweak me, right? Kind of get a little.
Yeah. But I congratulated you. I congratulated you last week.
It was like this.
No. You walked right in. I said, your guy won. Good job.
And Lance Denny calls him a twerp. I love that. I said, what do you think about Kyle Busch? He didn't know I liked it. I think he's a twerp. I said, he's my favorite driver. Well, he's not a bad driver. He's okay. He's not. I said, no, he called him a twerp. So you can't take it back. He's a twerp. So
you just called him a twerp.
Yeah. No, I call him a heck of a driver. Is what I call him. Boy can drive a race car. Anyway, that's who's in the chase right now. I've already nailed it down. They come to Bristol in a couple of weeks. Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick Jr., Matt Kenseth, and Kurt Busch. Folks that need to have a good run up here. Of course, the defending champ of the Urban Tools Night Race, Joey Logano, Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski has been kind of quiet. He has only 1 win so far this season. Denny Hamlin and Carl Edwards have all picked up a single win. Again, needing to do well because they would be in the chase via points. And if you win, you're in. The ones that need a win to help their cause, Jamie McMurray, Jeff Gordon, Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, Clint Boyer, and Casey Kane. So we told you yesterday some of the drivers making some moves. Elliott Sadler looks like he's going to leave Roush Fenway Racing and head to JR Motorsports. There is Tommy Wyman.
He just walked in the door.
Tommy Wyman is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that nice? So anyway, Elliott Sadler leaving. Kurt Busch with a handshake said he's back next year with Gene Haas and Stuart Haas Racing. And then also you have, who was the other one? David Reagan's kind of up in the air about Michael Waltrip Racing. So we appreciate, again, the information coming about those drivers. It is the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Again, if you want to win tickets to Bristol's races, all you got to do is go to TomTaylorSportsShow@gmail.com. Put your name, your phone number, how to contact you, and, of course, where you live. We always want to know where you live. And so we've got folks registering already. TomTaylorSportsShow@gmail.com. Very easy, and we appreciate that very much. We're going to put him on the air coming up next. We're going to hear about Bracken Paving, one of our great sponsors. Then he can wave at the Apester because I'm sure she's going to want to know, what's he doing up there? So we're going to talk to my man, Tommy Wyman. Also coming up later in the show, we'll check in on Brandon Cross from the Bristol Dragway. And some other guests going to stop by here as we're in the lobby of the Bruton Smith Building right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us again on this Wednesday afternoon. It is Hump Day. It is 141 days to Christmas if you're following the Christmas countdown. And most aren't. They don't want to hear about that, but it is what it is. And we're joined to my immediate right, the ever so dapper Thomas Weinman from Bracken Paving. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Oh, just dandy. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And you've been out and about today. You got your work boots on, been doing quotes?
Oh, yeah, all kinds of them. Just out
Where
there.
Where you been today?
Way out there by South Holston Dam, actually up 44, going toward Abingdon. Just got there off Painters Creek Road.
Awesome.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
Residential or business?
Residential. All residential today. No business today.
There you go. All residential. This is the time, I know we're talking, we just mentioned Christmas, but now's the time to get your name on the list because September and October, typically you crank it out and that kind of winds things down. Sometimes November, primarily September, October, right?
Yeah, whatever the weather gives us. For some reason, after Labor Day, actually it's after the kids go back to school. Been getting a lot of phone calls. Vacations are over with. People concentrating now saying, oops, I need to do this. But after Labor Day, for some reason, the floodgates open up and everybody's just like, oops, I've been meaning to do this, but I didn't do it.
There you go. 323-8726, the number to call. And again, have this man right here come out and give you a quote. What are you finding out so far this year? Of course, we've been deep into the summer now. Winter was really tough on driveways and parking lots last year, wasn't it?
Cracks. The cold weather was really bad on things, and a lot of cracks going on. I was at a house, actually, matter of fact, today off of Austin Springs Road, and guy was just like, yeah, the crack happened just over the wintertime. I said, because of how cold it was. I said, you had that cold weather sticking in the ground, making it harder than it normally is, and unfortunately, the earth turns and all kinds of things. You got the dry, the sun, the cold, the wet. It's all kinds of things that make cracks, but he had one come up.
Should we take a picture at this point of my man and Facebook him, my boy Tommy? You think
we can do that.
You think it'd be good? I think it'd be awful pretty. So
April said, yay, you stopped to see Tom Taylor.
There you go. Thank you, Apester. Now, there's talk she's not going to be there tomorrow night. Now, the weather may be a problem, but there's talk that she may not be at the St. Jude's Putt-Putt tomorrow night as our coach. Have you heard anything to the contrary?
Now, my biggest question to you, the first question, did you really expect her to be there?
No.
Okay. Well,
but she's promised. I mean, she said she was going to come.
Ooh, she promised. There's a promise out there.
Yeah, she said she promised. And then she said she needed a ride, so I told Gator to call her up, and Gator called.
He did.
And then And then she says she doesn't need a ride. So I don't know what the problem is.
No.
Can she drive that new car over there? Did she get a new ride?
Oh, yeah, she got a new ride, but she won't drive it. She hates driving.
It's
what
2 miles from home, isn't it?
Oh, she could walk there, but she goes, hey, Tom, can you pick me up and take me there?
Huh. Are you talking about me or you?
Me.
Oh, well, are you going to do it?
Well, if I'm going there, I'll probably just go right past her house, yeah.
Well, you're playing. What do you mean you're not going there? You're in the tournament.
If I'm going there.
You're part of the Hawaiian Hoedown boys. Now, Horace has kind of been a black cloud, no pun intended, and said it's going to get a lot of rain tomorrow. You say an inch of rain, is that right?
Inch and a half, yeah. Potential.
That's all right. It's going to be done by the time we putt-putt. What time does that start?
I don't know.
5, 4?
5 or 6. I don't know.
It'll be done by then.
I'm just showing up at the goodie bag. I want the brownie out of the goodie bag like I did last year and stole everybody's brownies out of the goodie bag. That's all I'm there for.
You won't get mine.
Yes, I will.
We'll be fighting over that. I guarantee we'll be down on the ground beating each other up for that.
I hear you. I'm with you, too.
That's right.
All right, Tom Brady. I want to get your take on Tom Brady. The latest story we've talked. Yeah, really. It just won't go away. So today he tells us that he does not know the guy. He's never heard of Jim McNally. The guy's been a Patriot employee for a decade. And he says, I don't know this guy. I don't know who Jim McNally is. And I'm thinking, come on. Now, in defense of Dick Bedard, who was here earlier, the big Patriots fan, he defended him to the hilt. And he backed it up with some pretty credible statistics and facts that I'd never thought of. But what do you think? Brady, good or bad?
I mean, come on. He smashed his cell phone. The whole thing is just, it is what it is. Just suck it up. Take the punishment. Let's just get it over the rug. If he would have admitted it at the very beginning, everything would have been fine. It's just like Bruce Pearl's situation. If he just admitted, slap on the wrist, and let's go on.
Yeah. Now, Dick's point was, and he was a big Patriots fan, he was here earlier in the show. His point was that the folks in the NFL front office are all former Jets employees, and they hate the Patriots, so they're trying to make him look bad. And they're trying to dig stuff up and make Kraft look bad, the owner, and the Patriots look bad as a team. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. But my thing is, I told him, just if you did it, if you didn't do it, just hand him the phone over. Why would you destroy the phone?
Exactly.
Horace said there's more on that phone than we want to know, and so he destroyed the cell phone, had all the evidence. So anyway, excuse me, it just won't go away. And so Brady now has said he doesn't even know this guy, Jim McNally. And I just don't see how you can be. Now, Dick's point was there's so many folks in and around an NFL camp on a typical day and that there's people coming and going. I'll give you that, but just like here, if you've been around somebody for 10 years, have been in the Bristol Motor Speedway, at some point your paths are going to cross. Hey, what's your name? Oh, my name's Tom. Hey, I'm Tom. Cool. I mean, you don't have to be bosom buddies, but you at least know their first name.
Listen, somebody has to know how much air to let out of that thing. I mean, you just take a random guy and say, or just a random person and say, here, go let some air out. He's going to let too much air out, and there'll be a squishy ball. So somebody's got to sit there and have enough wisdom to say, I need this much air out of there so that it feels like this.
That's what I said.
And unless I'm wrong, the quarterback is the guy holding it.
Somebody must be listening up in Massachusetts. I'm getting a phone call from Massachusetts.
Well, answer it.
Poor people.
I'm not answering that call.
Look, he's put Pryke and Paving up on that screen. Is he not good? He's good, isn't he?
He's good.
Horace is good. Look at that.
Not bad for a blind man.
I'm telling
you.
Right.
They just need to. It's just, it is what it is. Just take your lumps.
Yeah. We're here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Bruton Smith Building, or the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We thank you so much for being with us here on day number 120. Back in the studio tomorrow and Friday, then back up here on Wednesday of next week. We're here every Wednesday, and it'll be a smooth transition. Was a little bumpy this morning, but we got everything up here and got it set up and ready to go. Thanks to my man over here. He's all right. He takes care of us, and we appreciate that. Now, the Kentucky Wildcats, the rich just keep getting richer. See where this guy's
Kentucky Wildcats getting richer?
There you go. Class of 2016 star Isaac Humphries planning to reclassify and enroll at Kentucky. This kid's a 7-footer. He's ranked 43rd in the class of 2016, averaging 19 points, 12 rebounds last year in the FIBA under 17 championships. This guy's coming to Kentucky, and it just adds on to it. The rich keep getting richer. The recruits, he pretty much just names who he wants, and he gets them. So here's a 7-foot forward coming in from Australia, I believe is where the guy's from, by way of Indiana. And so Isaac Humphries, going to be, he's an Australian. And so he's been attending school in Indiana. Well, you would think that somebody in Indiana wouldn't be beating his door down. Maybe they have been, but he wants to come to Kentucky. they already have the top-ranked recruiting class in the country, and the addition of this guy would just kind of cement the fact that Kentucky basketball is. This guy's a 7-footer coming in from Australia, averaging 19 points, 12 boards. That's pretty strong.
Well, why would you go to Indiana? How many first rounders? No, how many first rounders have they had lately?
Ouch.
That's why. I mean, these kids are one-and-done kids. They know exactly what they're doing, and they want to go to a program that's going to take them from this level to the next level. Kentucky being one, Duke being another one. I mean, Duke is right in there, too. Krzyzewski's getting some good guys, too. It may not be number one class, but he's getting some guys, too, over there. But, I mean, these guys know what they want to do. They want to be one and done, get in the NBA. Cal's been putting them in the NBA, so why not come?
It's a Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Bruton Smith Building, again, right here on the grounds of the world's last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. Tickets, again, bristoltix.com or 423-BRISTOL to come in to the party that's going to be up here in a couple of weeks. Man, they got everything. Steven Tyler, Jeff Gordon's last appearance at the track, the pre-race ceremony honoring the military. What is the name of the Marines coming back here? The Marine thing?
It's the silent drill team?
Oh, I'm telling you, for my money, that is as good as anything I'm going to see up here. Those guys, how many is there? You're a former or current Marine?
How many of them are in the silent drill team?
30 or 40 probably.
Oh, more. Well, it just depends on the venue they go to. I think they can take more or less, but yeah.
Man, I love, and of course, they have them on the front stretch. Hopefully this year they'll get them on the Jumbotron for everybody can see them, because these guys put on a show.
And it's a shame because at Bristol Motor Speedway, it's just going to be a noisy environment. And I got to give them kudos because they do this without any commands, without any calls.
Mm-hmm.
But to hear them perform their routine is as much as watching it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be hard to hear what they do. The tapping of the rifles and the slaps and all that kind of stuff. It's going to look good, but it's a shame it's going to be on the front stretch of the Bristol Motor Speedway where the noise is just going to drown that out.
Can you YouTube it and just look up Marine Silent Drill Team?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you need to do that.
I'll try to find one and put a link to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Blows my mind.
How's
I'm
that?
telling you, talking about precision. How many you were in the Marines? How many hours do you think these guys practices to get it down?
Hours.
Yeah. Hours upon hours.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're going to be here. It's another reason to come get your ticket. The patriotism we always have up here in the pre-race. You've been up here, Thomas. It's just it really just kind of blows your socks off because they just pull out all the stops and roll out everything they can. As Jerry says, they try and put 20 pounds into a 5-pound bag in pre-race, and it's just a lot of cool stuff. And so, plus there's the great racing on the track, the world's last great Coliseum. Your guy got that big win, the Pocono, wasn't it?
Oh,
Kendall?
yeah. He played the gas game right, just watched everybody in front of him, and they just fizzled out, and he just had some gas left. He had enough to do burnout and victory lap and everything.
Mm-hmm. My guy didn't. He ran out of gas. So
I was hoping that Kyle was going to win it, though. I'd like to see 4 in a row. That would have been neat.
That would have been cool, yep. And he was there, a half mile from the checkers and ran out of gas. Man, you got to know that's a sinking feeling as a driver going down the road. I don't care who you are. And all of a sudden, I guess in a regular car, it kind of just kind of starts chugging.
Yep.
And you got to know, oh, God, I'm out of gas.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
After driving, 2 or 3 hours, 500, 400 miles in a race car, and get a half a mile, which would be from here to there, and all of a sudden, the thing just start missing and gone, out of gas.
Oh, it's miserable. That's just a miserable.
I mean, a sinking feeling.
And all you're doing is going from 100 and some odd miles an hour down to 5, 4, 3. I mean, he was just creeping. He couldn't even make to the start-finish line, so he was finished.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That was horrible for the poor guy.
Yep. But Kenseth wins, so he's in. He's not knocked. Let's see. I've got it right.
That's his second win this year. He was already in. Don't you say anything about him.
Let's see. Yeah, he's in. He's guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
J.J., Harvick, Jr., Kenseth, and Busch are in, guaranteed. Guys on the outside looking in right now, but close are Logano, Truex Jr., Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards. They've all got to win, but again, and so I don't understand this. Win, you're in is what I've been told. Now all of a sudden it goes back to the points. So I mean, Busch has got 4 wins. He's not into it yet. But these guys have all got to win this year. All 4 of those 5 drivers I just told you they're not in yet technically, but close, but no cigars. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of great racing. 423 Bristol, BristolTix.com, and I would think Kenseth coming up here would have to be one of the. He has to be one of the favorites for this track and for this race because he's had a lot of success here at Bristol.
So. Yeah, he swept the series a couple of years ago, and then both the spring and summer, and then same thing again. He won. Wasn't last year? 2 years ago, I think.
I'll double check here. I got it right here. Kenseth making his 32nd start. He has 4 wins, 13 top 5s and 20 top 20s, and he's captured 2 poles here at Bristol. So this guy knows what he's doing going around the track. And you're asking Matt Kenseth. He won in the fall here in 2005. He won here in the fall of 2006, back-to-back wins.
I watched both of those live.
And he won in the fall of 2013 and the spring of this year. So 3 of his 4 wins have been in the night race. So that puts him in as an early fave to win this thing. So 323-87-26. More let him go. Of course, the NFL cranks up this weekend with the first game. Pittsburgh, the Steelers, and, oh, gosh, who they playing in the Hall of Fame game? Minnesota. Steelers and the Vikings, the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. How are your Bears doing? You keeping track of them in preseason?
It's preseason. I don't care.
I mean, is there any injuries, anything bad going on so far for the
Nothing
boys?
that I know of. All I know is when they won the Super Bowl, they won 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5 preseason games, and then won the Super Bowl back in '85. So it's been a long drought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't wait to see Cutler on the field. my man.
You're saying it kind of tongue-in-cheek, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, that's just a train wreck. I can't stand the man.
Wow.
I'm not a Cutler fan, never have been, and he just doesn't have it to be a leader on a team.
The monsters of the Midway. All right, 16-game season. What are you thinking? 12-4, 11-5. What do you think for the Bears this year?
John Fox, I'm hoping 11-5. I need improvement from last year. I mean, if there's an improvement, that's good. I want to see how long he goes with Cutler, though, when he starts whining or start putting it on somebody else. I want to see how fast he's got a hook for him. Hopefully fast.
All right. What about the Cubbies?
Oh yeah, they're right there, baby. It's August time. This is do or die time for them. We'll know by the end of the month what's going to happen with them.
They're playing for a wild card now, aren't they? Kind of.
Yeah, and
they're in the hunt, aren't they? For once, because usually
for once, yeah. But like I said, August is the telltale with the Cubs. It always is. This is where they live or die.
Well, they won last night, didn't they? Yeah, the Cubbies won. Here's your winners in Major League Baseball last night: Washington, Milwaukee, the Phillies, the Cubs, the Giants, Reds beat the Cardinals 3-2. Mets got a W in the American League. The Yankees, Toronto, Oakland, Kansas City, Seattle, Texas, and Tampa Bay, and Cleveland all get wins. So Cubs won last night. You need to get off their bike. You need to lighten up a little bit.
Tom, every blind squirrel can find a nut once in a while. All right? Let's just wait till August. This is early August. Let's wait till the end, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. You Cub fans out there, I've tried to get him to swing, but he won't swing. He sticks with just wait till August.
If they're true Cub fans, they know what happens in August. Hello, this is not something new, for goodness sakes, Tom. I got a text from the Apester, by the way. She says, go ahead and ask him Elvis questions and get the loss out of the way.
Ooh.
I mean, does that hurt or what?
Whoa.
But she won't show up tomorrow night.
No. She's like George Jones.
I don't want to get wet.
No show Apester. It ain't got nothing to do with the weather. She's not going to show.
Tom, you know what? It's probably a better thing that she doesn't show up because, you know what? Anybody misses any putts, forget it. It's the wrath of the Apester.
Oh, really?
Oh, she'll be on our backs all the time. Why didn't you make that? I could have made that.
Well, then grab the club and come join us is what I would tell her. So.
Oh, no, she won't have to prove herself.
No, of course
She'll
not.
hit us with the club.
Of course.
That's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to prove myself to you.
That's pretty much what we would hear from her. So she is our alleged coach.
Who won't show.
Who won't show.
In absentia.
Nice team spirit.
Yeah.
Coach in absentia.
That's exactly right.
There you go. And then Gator's even offered to go get her, pick her up, because she didn't have a ride. So we could even, have her come in with the 2001 Space Odyssey theme like Elvis. And
there we go.
Let her pull up, let her get out of Gator's car. I don't know what kind of cars he drives. Do you know? What kind of rides Gator got? Honda? Mercedes?
He's got a little. I think it's a little Ford.
We just get a limo for her.
Just let her get in the back seat. And he like driving Miss Daisy. Pull up, we honk the horn, flash the lights. Everybody's going to go.
Maybe a Chevy Cobalt, but it's a little car.
Folks will be rubbernecking, going, "Who's that?" We say, "Apester."
It's the Apester. Oh, they'll know, and then they'll start chanting. Listen, she's the Billy Martin of putt golf.
Whoa, the Billy Martin of putt golf.
That's it.
Bottom line is she ain't coming. Sit and do all the talking you want to. She's not going to show. You know that.
I know that.
Yeah, you knew that when she said it, right?
Back way when you announced her as coach, I knew that. I was like, I'll coach you guys. Have we had one practice?
No.
She doesn't organize, and that's it for her.
Ooh, boy, you gonna get jacked up when you get back to the office. You going back today?
What else is new?
That's exactly right. Tom, I like when you come in there and she's the few times I've been in there, she starts that finger. Tom, pointing that finger. You've seen that finger before. She's pointing and
gets
a little worked up. Yeah. So
You're lucky it's that finger.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Okay, it's on now. All righty, that'll be good. Yeah, I can't wait to go down that trail.
You get the special treatment, Tom.
Thank you. And you probably will too when you go back.
Darn
today.
right I will. Like I said, I'm used to it. It's nothing new here.
Yippee skippy, right? 323-8726, the number to call to Bracken Paving and get your driveway, get a quote. Percentage-wise, what have you done more this year quotes, residential or commercial?
Oh, residential without a doubt, probably 2 to 1.
Just simply because there's more homes than there are businesses, but still.
Yeah, and businesses put more in their budgets. Like right now, for business, it's more budgetary for next year. Most of them are pretty much done by August. Sometimes they slip through and say, hey, we've got extra money before the end of the year. Can you? And, of course, we say, yes, we can.
Yes, we can, yeah. So.
Well, you're not going to say no.
Exactly right.
Spencer wouldn't like that. 323-8726, the number to call Bracken Paving. And so you're out, you're still doing quotes, obviously, and you know where you're going tomorrow. Have you been told yet which direction you're heading out tomorrow?
I can tell you where I'm going to be at tomorrow. Look at this. I'm going to use my phone.
Wow.
This is progress.
Wow.
This is really scary progress. Tom does not normally do this. All right, let's go back to August and go tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 6th. Johnson City, Jonesboro, Greenville.
Wow.
Johnson City, Jonesboro, Johnson City. Yeah, I'll be all over the place.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
I can't wait
awesome.
to go to Greenville.
Yeah, I see your yellow truck sitting out here in the parking lot. So, and you're revved up for the race coming up in a couple of weeks, aren't you?
This is my favorite place to be. I love this place.
I do too.
It is
love
a gas.
And they're so nice to let us come up here and do this. And by the way, one of our great sponsors of Bristol Live. We're up a little over 20,000 listeners on the show back in the spring. And so we'll be back up here thanks to Bracken Paving, Bracken Asphalt Maintenance. So we're excited about that. And we had a chance to talk to Carl Edwards earlier last week and also Ryan Blaney. We'll have them on tomorrow on the show here. Also, Junior, Brad Kozlowski, we'll have them on the show tomorrow. I had a chance to catch up with them, so do a little talking. Man, they love Bristol. Junior is probably the best ambassador for this racetrack. He said, man, it's his favorite track. He used to come up here as a kid. Daddy used to bring him up here and watch the races, and he said, there's no question my favorite track. And, a lot of these say it, I think, because of the party line. Junior means it. I mean, you can see the sincerity. He says, there ain't no place like Bristol. So when this guy, the most popular driver in NASCAR, is promoting your track, you certainly can't go wrong. Kozlowski says the same thing. Logano, Rusty Wallace said last week, all the tracks he would go to as a spectator, since he's out of the media right now, he said, I'm coming back as a spectator. My favorite track, bar none, was Bristol, and is Bristol Motor Speedway. And that speaks volumes. It's true. In fact, Kozlowski says you walk in there, even now, after he's been up here so many races, you walk in, and you look at this place empty, he said it's like the wow factor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Even the guys that don't like this track, they love to not like it.
Yeah,
you're
right.
It's just
it's
one of those things. Oh, yeah, this is a fantastic place, and there's not a bad seat in the house.
Nope.
You can see everything perfect, and it's just absolutely wonderful. Love the smell of the rubber and the gasoline burning.
There you go.
You can't beat that.
It's Bristol, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You got it. Thomas, as always, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for your sponsorship. Again, they're a great sponsor to this show, and, of course, Bristol Live, they being Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance, and we give her a hard time, but you've told me, in all seriousness, that she and Sarah, and in particular April, because she's been there longer, but she really kind of is the nerve center of the old office there, is she not?
Oh, she runs the ship without a doubt. Without her running the ship, there'd be just absolute chaos. I know how I am. She's detailed, and she gets everything there, and she's, without a doubt, she's the one who keeps everything straight and narrow.
There you go, Apester. See, there you go. After all the busting, we come by and give you compliments. So, but she's still not going to show over the butt.
No, she still won't show.
No, she ain't showing.
No.
So, all right, my friend, give me some taters. Good man.
Thanks,
I appreciate him. Yep, come back next week. Come back anytime you want to. He's a good guy right there. One of the neat things about doing this show and being on the radio for a number of years, you get to meet folks like this man and that lady, the Apester, and, of course, Hot Rod over here, the man we call Horace. So appreciate these folks very much. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk a little college football. It seems we're going to be paying stipends for students now. How about that? So, but they say college sports is amateur sports, so that's hogwash, and we're going to reinforce it with the story coming up next here. Also, Brandon Cross due to join us from Bristol Dragway. That's right here on property, as we'll come back with more on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, again from Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Bye, honey. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday afternoon. Be sure and Facebook us, like us, and follow us, and you do, and we thank you for that. Again, at Bristol Motor Speedway, and all you got to do here again on the show is Tom Taylor Sports Show / I just went
Tom
blank.
Taylor Sports Show.
I just went totally blank. Here it is right here. I'm sorry. Like us and follow us. Facebook.com / Tom Taylor Sports Show. Went totally blank.
I was going to say / what? Because we don't have our own domain.
It's been a day. I'm sorry. Facebook.com / Tom Taylor Sports Show. Like and follow us, and you do. And again, if you want to register for the tickets, very easy to do that as well. Just go to tomtaylorsportshow@gmail.com and register, and good luck. Winning tickets to go giving away 2 sets of tickets, pairs of tickets to the doubleheader on Wednesday. The Bush Beans 150 and the UNOH 200 truck race, Camping World Truck Series race, won by Brad Kozlowski a year ago. Tommy Barrett Jr. won the race for the Bush Beans 150. And then, of course, also giving away tickets to the Food City 300. Man, that was a great race last year. My man got beat on the restart. Came out of the restart. He was in the lead and missed a gear, and Blaney snuck around him and hung on to win it. So Ryan Blaney edged out Kyle Busch for the win in the Xfinity Series here a year ago. So that's some good racing, and again, we expect much the same again coming up here in a couple of weeks. So anyway, we'll give you a chance to see the Food City 300 and also the doubleheader on Wednesday. Again, as Horace said, Tom Taylor, sportshow@gmail.com. And again, all you have to do is put your name, a way to get a hold of you, and certainly we're just interested in seeing what town you're from, and we'll take care of the rest. And good luck. Hopefully you'll win. We'll give those away coming up, obviously, closer to the said races.
And you were talking about the Silent Drill Team.
Yes.
I went ahead and put a YouTube video on the Facebook page of the Silent Drill Team.
I mean, I love these guys. I mean, I don't know if you could ever give them on an interview, if that's taboo, but
yeah. They're performing at the Paris Island at the Recruit Depot down there. So it's about a 6-minute long video, and it's on our page now.
Unbelievable. So how many hours do you think these guys? I mean, it's
hours and hours and hours.
What happens if you mess up? I mean,
you're not on the team anymore.
No. I mean, you run laps or peeling potatoes or what? I mean, because they're counting on you to perform and.
My guess is if you mess up, you're no longer on the team. You're immediately, taken off.
I mean, think of the precision you'd have to do. Yeah. I mean, there is no room for error, right?
I'm not going to brag. I'm going to tell you about when I was in the Corps. I was in the reserves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You remember the Miss USA pageant?
Yes.
Okay. It was in Knoxville back in 1983.
Where they do the swords?
Yes.
Okay.
I was on the Sabre drill team for the 1983 Miss USA pageant. So we went out on that stage and did our routine. And I'm telling you something. You talk about scared.
You were.
Oh, yeah.
You?
Oh, yeah.
Horse scared.
I wasn't scared about being on TV. I was scared about messing up.
Yeah. Because your CO would get you, right?
Oh, son. I mean, they put the fear of God in you. But I had a blast. That was a good time.
White gloves and everything, right?
White gloves,
mm-hmm.
dress blues, had the Sabre.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 finalists walking through.
Pretty girls. That makes you nervous right there in itself. Yeah, and on top of that, you were representing the United States Marine Corps. Yeah. And you were called host, or what was your official title?
Official title?
Yeah, in this event.
We were just the Marine Corps Saber Drill team.
Okay, but were you like escorts or attendants, or what they call you?
Well, they wanted us to be one of the escorts. They had the Navy Corral there too,
mm-hmm.
and when they opened the show, they had all the contestants come out on stage for introductions, and they wanted us to be with the Navy Corral and escort them out on the stage so they could, tell them who they are and escort them off. Well, the Marine Corps wouldn't let us do that. It was just strictly the Navy guys, so we didn't do any escorting, but we got even.
Okay.
That's another story.
I was going to say, maybe tell me that on the way home or whatever. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show again, but again, the link is you just go to the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and you're going to be able to see the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Team. Is that correct?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to go watch it. They are unbelievable. They're going to be here at the point of all this, part of pre-race on Saturday, and they just do a dynamite job. And, and Horace made a great point with all the noise up here, and they got to hear the commands. I guess it's.
Well, they don't do any commands except just to start.
Right?
Okay, and that's it. But to hear, you've got to really do them justice. It's got to be dead quiet so you can hear the snaps and the slaps and the rifles hitting the ground. I mean, it's just it's a cadence that you hear, and
up here
you can't hear that here because it's just too loud.
Yeah.
But you can see it,
which makes it even more impressive when they do it and not mess up.
You got it, because they use that cadence as a rhythm to do their moves.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Wow. Good stuff. Another part of the pre-race on Saturday. Another reason to get your tickets. And Landon stopped by and gave us the seating. And here we go for the here it is, Saturday, August 22nd. You're coming up to see that particular event. Thunder Alley tickets starting at $79 in rows 1 through 10 on the bike stretch. I think you told me those are sold out. Wallace Towers pretty well sold out. All the other aluminum seating starts at $119. The Red Terrace, the Earnhardt Terrace, these are the red and black chair backs. They're available by calling 423-BRISTOL or BristolTix.com. Also, the weekend package. Now, this is tickets to both the Friday Night Food City 300 and the Urban Tools Night Race. Those start for adults for $100 or $99. Kids start at $89. So here you're talking 800 laps? Yeah, 800 laps at Bristol, 300 on Friday, and 500 on Saturday night for $100. At the toughest ticket in NASCAR. If you've missed it, I've been talking about this, and you'll hear this all kinds of times when we get cranked up for the Bristol Live show. USA Today Reader's Choice polling of the readers of USA Today, they said pick us the 5 favorite auto tracks in the world. Not just in America, but in the world. 5 favorite tracks in the world voted on by the USA Today readers, and they picked the 5, and the only one that was NASCAR, period, let alone the Sprint Cup Series, but the only track that got the honor of being in the top 5 was the Urban Tools Night Race at Bristol. What else do you need to say? USA Today, 5 tracks in the world, famous races, and the only one that got any vote of the top 5 was the Urban Tools Night Race. Enough said. So for that alone, BristolTix.com, 423-BRISTOL is the number to call. And, again, you cannot go wrong. Wednesday night, by the way, for the doubleheader, $35 for adults. Kids 15 and under get in free. Hey, that's the future of this sport is these young people. We got to get them in and get them hooked on these races here at Bristol. And so the kids 15 and under get in free. Also, Bass Pro Shop qualifying on pole day on Friday, along with the Food City 300. Those tickets start at $35 for adults and $20 for kids. Real simple. You say, you hit me with a lot of numbers. You're right. So call 423-BRISTOL or get on the web, BristolTix.com, and find out more information about that. So it's going to be a dynamite weekend starting, hard to believe, 2 weeks from today. It's all here, baby. The last great Coliseum. It's not just a place. It's Bristol, baby. We'll take a quick break, come right back. The man's got in the hot seat. Can't wait to talk to him. You talk about a guy who put on a show earlier in the year. He and the staff for the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals came to town. Man, what a show they put on. And the fans went away from this place loving it even more of what they do here at Thunder Valley. The drivers love it. Fans love it. And this man's going to get a chance to crow about his staff because they put on a great show. And got a little event coming up tomorrow night, Bristol Dragway here. We'll come right back and we'll tell you more about it. We are here day day number 120 of our Fun and Frolic, and again, day number 1 or Wednesday number 1 of what would you say? 16 Wednesdays will be here all the way through December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not December, but up in the middle of November.
Yeah. At least through close to Thanksgiving, get ready for Speedway and Lights, the number 1 Christmas attraction in the Southeast, and the Sharkey 500 and all that. So we're here every Wednesday. This is Wednesday number 1. Quick break. We'll be right back. This gentleman's on next, Brandon Cross, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the 3-state region. Owner Richard Isaac says there is no charge for his quotes.
All of our quotes and drawings are free. I know a lot of the national chains, big box stores and stuff, and I understand they have to charge a price to come out and measure and do a quote, but here at Kingsport Cabinetry, we do all that for free in hopes that our service is good enough. I always tell people this, Tom. I say, you can go anywhere in this town and get a product like I have, but find somebody you're comfortable working with. If you're not comfortable working with me, find somebody you are comfortable working with. But I can guarantee you we'll give you the service. We have a full shop back here that we do custom work, and I'll just move on a little bit. We get into commercial work. We do a lot of commercial work, a lot of healthcare, a lot of restaurants, banks, schools, things like that too.
Kingsport Cabinetry. Call Richard Isaacs today at 247-6134. And they said we couldn't do 3 hours. Well, we're rolling right along here inside of a little over 2.5 hours, inside of 30 minutes on the show here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coming up tonight, we put it back out on the Cyber Nebulous on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and also YouTube, so you can go back and watch it. And our guests we've had here today, we'll have more guests and get back in here next week. And one of the guys that joins us every week on the show, it would be our buddy Brandon Cross from the Bristol Dragway. He's obviously here with us in person here at the Bruton Smith Building at Bristol Motor Speedway. And, home run, grand slam, use whatever the sports adjective. It was a great weekend back in June, Father's Day weekend. You guys put on the show, and the fans came out, and it was a win-win for everybody, wasn't it?
It was a win-win for everybody. Had an absolute blast. The fans had a blast. I mean, the stars, the drivers of NHRA delivered with the racing side, just put on a great show for the fans. And then, for all the nice amenities we have here at Thunder Valley, as far as the facilities we have, and then obviously the guest services everybody provides to our fans. Everybody just, full circle was just an awesome event. Everybody loved it, and everybody's already geared up for next year.
From the NHRA standpoint, of course, here on track of the Bristol Motor Speedway is the last great Coliseum. Everybody knows what this track is and how popular it is. NHRA, if you look at other facilities, how do we compare with other NHRA facilities around the country?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, and if you're like me, I've lived here my whole life, and you don't, you kind of get used to it or spoiled for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And once I started working here and started traveling quite a bit to different drag racing facilities, all of a sudden your eyes open. You realize, wow, we have not only a beautiful place, with incredible amenities, clean, just beautiful, but it's got a lot of character. When you think about drag racing, all the tracks are the same. They're just straight.
Mm-hmm.
There's no turns. NASCAR, it's a little different where there might be different links, different bankings. They all have a little bit of their own character. So in drag racing, everybody has a straight track, but where Thunder Valley is kind of put between the two mountains, it gives it so much character compared to a lot of other facilities across the country that are literally just on flat ground with a flat racetrack with some grandstands around it. So it's definitely unique. The more places you see, the more you appreciate what we have here at home.
Mountain sell it, of course, the great racing on the track sells it as well. We're talking to Brandon Cross from Thunder Valley and HRA, of course, here on property. You switch hats. You help out with the team when the circle track folks come to life here with the race coming up in 2 weeks. And what do you do during race week here to help out?
Well, I'm obviously I'm here to help anybody, but I always end up with, three or four different hats I wear throughout the week. Some pre-race stuff that Jennifer does, always help set that up. In the last few years, we've been doing our own stage, their own fan zone stage. It's been real popular. We have bands going on the stage every day, all day long, and it's growing quite a bit. So I kind of help manage that stage, keep the entertainment going, keep the bands up, and keep the fans entertained that are walking around through the midway. There's always pre and post event things that we all kind of chip in with. So it's a variety of things, keeps everybody busy, keep everybody happy.
Name of the game, exceeding expectations, set forth by the late Jeff Bird, and everybody. That's what we still wear, exceeding expectations, because that's what we do, and they do it well here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Tomorrow night, Bristol Dragway, street fights. Tell us about that.
Yeah, tomorrow night, gates open at 5, our street fight event. It's our only street fight in August. Then we'll shut down, obviously, for the NASCAR race coming into town, so give time for all those guys to clean up and get ready for everybody. But yeah, street fights, gates open at 5, racing starts at 6 o'clock. Some fun promotions going on. It's our Power Hour night, and I'll explain that a little bit. Power Hours for those guys that come out to street fights that take it a little more serious. They're usually coming in with trailered cars. It's not the car they typically drive. They've done some work to their engines, some of them a lot. They're more real race cars. And what we do is we let anybody that wants to participate can. So throughout the night, usually around 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, we'll let those guys qualify. And sometimes we usually end up with 12 to 15 different race cars qualifying. And then at 9 o'clock, we start racing them off. We'll take the 8 fastest cars that are there that qualify, and we'll let them do a race for the fans.
Huh.
So it's just a fun little race, that not only the racers really enjoy doing, having a little bit of competition, but it's something neat for the fans to watch as well. And over the years, what's really interesting is these cars keep getting faster and faster. It's a lot more about bragging rights than it is anything else. So it really is some of the fastest, cars in this area, in this market. It kind of gives them a playground, gives them a chance to work on their cars, and also, puts them out in front of the fans too.
Talking to Brandon Cross, I would think with these guys coming in here, I assume they're guys. I guess ladies come up and drive as well, but I would think they bring a little pocket of fans, and I'd say they get a little cheering section going on for said driver, right?
Absolutely. They bring in a lot of crew members, a lot of family. Definitely have their own cheering sections. Something else, we do the same thing with the motorcycles. That's something, especially this time of year. See a lot of bikes out. The sun's out, warmer weather. So the number of racers or bikes that are coming out to race continues to grow every year. And we do the same thing for those guys during our Power Hour as well. We'll let the motorcycle guys do the same kind of qualifying thing, and then we'll take the 8 fastest And that's another, crowd favorite too, watching those bikes take off, because we get some really quick bikes, some pretty close to 200 mile an hour motorcycles that are. I wouldn't do it, but they have a blast doing it though.
Mine's not a fast bike.
No, yours is a tour
mine is a cruiser.
We're talking to Brandon Cross, giving the Bristol Dragway. Also, some of the promotions. And you tell me earlier in the year you guys throw money out of drop money from summer, don't you?
We did that earlier in the year. We call it our money drop night. We let fans. I think we do it again later in the year, but. Let fans sign up to be a chance to draw and to participate in the money drop. It's a fun promotion. We'll take 10 or 15 fans that have signed up. We'll put them right in front of our drag tower. We'll stop racing while we're doing this. And so the fans are staying at the bottom of the tower, and we've got a crew on top of the tower with 1s, 5s, 10s, but quite a few of them, and we just
drop them down.
Make it rain.
Wow, rain and money. I love it. That sounds really cool. Now, past street fights tomorrow night, what's up next on the calendar? You got some more events before you shut her down for the year.
Yep, yeah. September's a pretty busy month for us. Obviously, the big marquee event in September is our Super Chevy Show. September 19th, 20th, and 21st. That's a huge show. That is a huge car show, huge drag race, huge swap meet, and then it's kind of featured on Saturday night is our Thunder Valley Mayhem event. And it's huge. It's just a huge pro show. It's a family event. It's really cool. But Saturday night, starting at 6:30 and then another round at 8:30. But we have pro mods, we have jet cars, we have a car-eating dinosaur, we have fireworks, we have a wheel stander. So we put all of it, put it in a big melting pot and put on a great show Saturday night. What's really cool about it too is fans have learned, because we really push the family side from the 6:30 and 8:30 as the pro shows, but over the years people have learned they've come out a little early and they can really enjoy more of everything going on during the Super Chevy Show, like the car show. Walking through a car show with 300 plus really cool cars in the car show, some of those hard to find place things in the swap meet. So it's really a cool event with a lot of things going on.
We're talking to Brandon Cross again. All this is on the website. Where do you go? BristolDragway.com to see the calendar of events. Is that right?
You got it. BristolDragway.com.
BristolDragway.com. It's Bristol, baby, and so that's coming up in September. Now, you had an event here a couple of weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago? Is that right? That was a huge success.
Yeah, a couple of events really going on at the same time. Our junior drag is the Eastern Conference Finals, which we talked about some. It's kind of the World Series of junior drag racing, but we ended up with 600 race cars. They were here for 8 straight days, every one of them, with moms and dads and grandparents, and we had a lot of racing going on. What was great was the weather was great for that week, the whole week, so we got all the racing in. Kids were happy, moms and dads were happy again, exceeded expectations, and was able to crown some champions by their age groups. So it was a huge event. It went really well for them and for us as well. And of course, we finished up a few weeks to our monster truck event, which was another successful event for us. Had a lot of fun. Just what a perfect kids event, family event. I was walking through the pit party with all the trucks and drivers, and the kids running around getting autographs and buying T-shirts and sitting in the tires getting their pictures taken. It's just it was a reminder on why we do a lot of these events, just how much fun and how much people really enjoy shows like that.
Absolutely. And got another big one coming up in September. Got a big show coming up here 2 weeks from tomorrow, or 2 weeks from today. It all gets started with the big doubleheader, the Bush Beans 150 and the UNOH 200. Presented by Z-Loop, and of course it rolls right into Food City Family Race Night on Thursday, the Food City 300 on Friday, and the big one, the Urban Tools Night Race on Saturday. We were talking to staff as you were walking up. The USA Today Reader's Choice poll, pick your 5 favorite races in the world, and the only NASCAR, think of this, of course it's so big in America, but the only NASCAR race that got worldwide voting was the Urban Tools Night Race at Bristol Motor Speedway. And that just, to me, says it all right there about this track and about what kind of a show we put on here at the last Great Coliseum. It's awesome.
That's really cool.
That is really cool.
It's amazing.
You think of all the racetracks in the world they could vote on. They didn't vote on Daytona, Talladega, Charlotte, none of the other NASCAR tracks. The only one to hit the top 5, the favorite race in the world by USA Today readers, was the Urban Tools Night Race in Bristol. Enough said.
It kind of goes back to what you were asking me earlier about other drag strip facilities, and it kind of reminds me of the same thing. Is like we so easily get spoiled or forget how special this place is, the history, and because we've all lived here. You know, we lived here, and we're used to it. And then you kind of see a pole like this, and it reminds you, you know what? You know, there's no other Bristol.
That's exactly right. It's just not the place. It's Bristol, baby. So that's love it. Hey, I appreciate you coming down here. Come on down. We'll be back up here next Wednesday, and come on back down. And let's promote what you got going on with the Dragway. All right.
We'll do it. Thanks for having me.
You're awesome. Good job. Brandon Cross does a fantastic job. Works, as they say, like a barred mule getting it done out here. He and his staff, they work hard, and the proof's in the pudding. They do a great job, and we appreciate Brandon so very, very much. Quick break. We're getting ready to wind this thing down, Horse. It's hard to believe.
I know it.
We burn up 3 hours here. Love it. And I told you we'd have time. There'd be lots to talk about. And, of course, next week they're going to set us up with the phone lines so we can dial out. And we're going to start taking some phone calls. Let folks call in and talk sports. Because I bet you just today the difference in opinion of Tom Brady, that topic alone, I bet you some folks out there will want to weigh in start next week and kind of voice their opinion. So we're going to let them do that. We'll let them do that. So, hey, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Our final break. We'll come right back and, again, begin to wrap this thing up. Our first endeavor here on a 3-hour project, and it's happened to be at the Bruton Smith Building on the grounds of the world's last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll be right back with this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. American Import and Auto Repair takes a lot of pride in their work and customer service. Owner Kim Smith tells us why someone should consider American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City.
Well, of course, the first thing is you want to make sure that people are getting value for their dollar. Our emphasis is on quality, not quantity. We want to make sure that not only is the job being done, but it's done right with quality parts, with highly trained technicians. All of our technicians are ASE certified. We have several master techs, which is the highest you can get in the ASE. And ASE is a program that certifies people to the top level of their industry in car repair. We want people to feel comfortable. We never twist people's arms. Like I said, it's about quality. We want people to be happy. We want them to come back. We want a good name. You know, we're customers of other businesses. We want to be treated right, so we'd like to treat our customers right.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City. Call today at 913-3111. Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the 3-state region. I asked owner Richard Isaacs, is there a template or is the sky the limit?
Pretty much the sky's the limit. We have a very good drawing system that you come in, tell me what you want. If you have a set of house plans that you're working with, you're building a new house, we can take it off the house plans. We can draw it up, do you 3D drawings where you can see exactly where all the doors, the drawers, the color of the cabinets, kind of get close to the color of the countertops in your drawings. Go over that with you, then you can say, well, Richard, let's change this. I'd rather for that door to open the other way, or I want that cabinet to be bigger, that cabinet to be smaller. We can customize it to your needs. You know, it's all about what the customer wants. We want them to be happy when they leave here.
Kingsport Cabinetry. Call Richard Isaacs today at 247-6134. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. We thank you for being with us. Again, like us and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Tom Taylor Sports Show. Also, check us out tonight at podcasting. We put it up in the Cyber Nebulous. iTunes, TuneIn Radio, and also tonight on YouTube since we're on camera. And we certainly appreciate this. It's been a lot of fun. Week number 1, what'd you say, 16 Wednesdays?
About 16 of them.
All the way through early December. We roll out.
December. I thought you said November.
How you guys liking your new digs here
Yeah,
at
I like
Alexa
it.
Motor Speedway?
I love it.
We've argued the whole time, but
we're tweaking it.
We're tweaking. So, and we got to keep Horse happy. And so, was it 16 Wednesdays? Is that right?
Well, that's through the middle of November.
Okay, well that's good enough. So we'll use 16. Drew Bedard's here with us. Now, your father came in earlier in the show.
I heard about this.
You heard his spin on it? And what did he, because.
Oh, I hear his spin all the time.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go. So, anyway, he was rather adamant and animated to a good cause, in a good way, that Tom Brady.
But it was a good breakdown, right?
I
mean, my dad, I think, has read every bit of the Wells report, the transcripts.
Yes. Yeah. So
I love my father. He's a great man.
Oh, he's a great man, and he thinks the same of you. And so we agree to disagree. That's fine, because I can't believe that he didn't know who Jim McNally was as an employee of the Patriots for 10 years. And so your father says a lot of people come and go up there in Foxborough. He didn't know everybody. And so, okay. So we had a good chat. And, of course, we morphed right into talking about this great facility, which is why you're here. And the tickets are hopping, to say the least. And here's the breakout of the ticket structure. But bottom line is they're going well. 423 Bristol, hard to believe 2 weeks from today, it all gets started.
It is. It's amazing. This is an exciting day. And what was really funny was seeing that group come in, for the Tom Taylor Sports Show early on in the show. Everybody cackling and taking pictures of you early in the show. Glad to have you guys here today. And 2 weeks. That makes me want to shake my head a few times to know that everybody's going to be here. But we couldn't be more excited. I mean, that's what we do this for. We ramp up to these events. We can't wait to have everybody in town. And, of course, you don't want to miss all the big events that we're going to have. I know Landon probably covered it earlier, but our doubleheader, the Bush's Beans 150 and the UNOH 200, presented by Zaloop. I wanted to help you with that one.
It's not Z-Loop, it's Zaloop.
I know. Everybody wants to say Z-Loop, but our friends at Zaloop. Yes, Zaloop. Yes, it's kind of like an S at the beginning, but you got to check them out online. That's a really cool service. It's recycling, electronics recycling, and different things like that. But that doubleheader on Wednesday night, what a great value. That's going to be really our family night. I don't know if Landon touched on it earlier, but we're going to do a lot for kids that evening. We're going to have Team FMX, which you could see at the Monster Truck Show. Just a great freestyle motocross team. That's a family evening. That's a great cost. Kids are free, obviously, but great cost for adults, and it's just a lot of fun. So the whole week is going to be great. One thing I want to tell you guys about Thursday night, obviously you've got the NASCAR Transporter Parade, and that's a lot of fun for people. We're also going to do our podcast called the Ask Bristol Show. We're going to do that live on Thursday night. We're going to do it down here right at the Bristol Tower at our new Fan Zone stage that we're going to have down there. We're also going to have Lance Stinson in concert that night, and then you'll see the Transporters come on and fly by on Volunteer Parkway, so that's really cool. Friday night, of course, actually Friday the whole day. That's an action-packed day. You don't want to miss it, because for that value, starting at $35, you're getting a full day of practice and qualifying, and then, of course, you're getting the Bass Pro Shops qualifying, Sprint Cup qualifying in the afternoon, and then the Food City 300, and we'll have a post-race concert that night. Tim Duggar, who's a great country artist who travels all around the different NASCAR tracks, he's a lot of fun. He'll be here on the Fan Zone stage that night. Then we roll into Saturday, man, and then it's just I almost wish the mornings I wake up on night race morning, you almost wish you had theme music those mornings, because you wake up, the sun's coming up, and it's it's real early, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's like that dramatic music that they do on Fox Sports or on NBC Sports, and it's like that dramatic build. That's exactly what you feel like when the day dawns on the night race, and you're getting ready. Oh, like that? Yeah, that's a little different, but that's a little bit more disco, but. It's more the dramatic Last Great Coliseum music. But that whole day is just so much fun for people to tailgate and have a good time and enjoy their friends for the day, and then come on into the stadium, see Steven Tyler in concert, which is so cool. Just everybody's reaction to that. And then, of course, all of our pre-race festivities going into driver intros, and then bam, man, it's the night race. And we got this really cool deal with the blackout going on where we're trying to get people. Do you want to talk about that some more?
Talk about that. Yeah. That's great. Tell me about that.
Did Landon talk about it earlier at all? A little bit?
We said we're going to save it for Drew. So Drew's here.
Sure.
So.
We had fun kind of coming up with this idea, and it's really, our fans keep us humble out there, because about 90% of it has been super positive. People tweeting us what shirt I'm going to wear. They got this old Earnhardt Senior shirt or a Rusty shirt or a new Dale Earnhardt Jr. black shirt, and then you get the couple of people who write. My favorite on Facebook was dumbest period idea period ever period. I just thought that was funny. Our fans keep us humble, but so the Bristol Blackout powered by Chevrolet. What we're going to do that night? They're bringing in their new Midnight Edition Silverados, and to celebrate that, we've asked all of our fans to wear black that night. So wear your favorite black T-shirt. I know it's going to be a hot day, so you can just pack it in your bag and then wear it when you come into the stadium if you need to. But, yeah, people have come out of the woodwork with all these cool old black T-shirts that they've had. And that's like the NBA arenas do. When you've got a Coliseum that's in the round, it's really cool when everybody wears a single solid color T-shirt. And so that's the kind of thing that we're trying to get together, see how that could look. And then we've got some other cool things we'll do throughout the night. But that should be fun.
That's on Saturday, right?
Saturday night, the night race.
You got it.
Yep.
Urban Tools night race. We were talking to Brandon before you came down here. Again, that statistic blows my mind where the
There he is again.
There he is. There goes Brandon again.
Brandon Cross.
Brandon Cross, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
USA Today Reader's Choice Award, top 5 races in the world. Only one came out of the NASCAR voting, and it was the Urban Tools night race. What a compliment to this track and to you all, the staff, and the racing here on track, obviously. What an honor to be one of the top 5 in the world by readers of the USA Today.
That is really cool. That whole voting. I know they had voting for NASCAR track as well, and we were in the top 5. We should be number 1, but I think somebody at the other tracks, I think they were rigging the ballot box a little bit. There were some hanging chads there or something. But no, that was a really cool honor to get one of the top 5 motorsports events in the world and the number 1 NASCAR event in the world. When you look at Monaco and you look at Daytona 500, and we were voted as the number 1. But I'm saying, as far as the sports realm, you look at all those motorsports races, and we were in the top 5. But then to be the number 1 NASCAR race over the Brickyard and Daytona 500 in that voting was really cool. It's a testament to our fans, from the people that visit here from all over the United States and all over the world. So I tell you guys this all the time, but I'm very humbled to work at this place where this fan base has such a deep affection for Bristol, and they all scream out, "It's Bristol, baby."
It's Bristol, baby. You got it. It's the name of the game. And the last great Coliseum. Tickets on sale, 423 Bristol, BristolTix.com. One of the aspects we were talking about, Horace is a former, and I guess once a Marine, always Marine. But a part of the pre-race.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Yes, sir. And part of the race is the pre-race is going to be the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Team.
Yeah.
They were here a couple of years ago. And for my money, I mean, I was dumbfounded how well they – and as he made a great point a few minutes ago, they come off of cadences. You got to be able to hear the cadence, and this is not the most quiet place in the world, and yet they were flawless here on that front stretch. And I hope to get them up on the Jumbotron this time around so everybody can see them, but they really put on the show.
Yes, and we will get them on the Jumbotron this time. That was just a snafu in planning, which was unfortunate. But, hey, we're authentic. We're sincere. We made a mistake that night. We're so excited that they're coming back. I was standing – you were down there in the front stretch. I was down there with you. I was with the Pride of the Southland Marching Band, which will be back this time for the night race, and also the Virginia Tech Band, which is such a cool addition to
Battle
our
of the Bands.
Battle of the Bands. They're actually working – they're actually working together to put their plans together of how they're going to play songs. So, really neat part of our pre-race ceremony. So, but the silent drill, I don't know about you, but I got goosebumps everywhere watching. I mean, I was sitting there the same way. I was just staring at them doing that drill, and just amazing. I mean, we're all in awe of our fighting men and women all over the world. But when you see it up close and personal, and that sort of precision and discipline, it was amazing to see in person.
Absolutely. Another reason to get your tickets, again, 423 Bristol, BristolTix, TIX.com, and we have just burned up.
That was BristolTix, I believe, .com, which is just BristolTix. That's fine.
I was looking at the clock. BristolTix.com. We have come and gone and burned up 3 hours, and I love it. And we can still be
Did
going
you guys have
here.
fun today?
I had a blast.
had a ball.
Absolutely.
Be back next Wednesday,
Yes.
Bristol Motor Speedway.
Now, we had a little should I go ahead and tell him that when I came down from upstairs?
Oh, yeah.
I was upstairs recording, and I came down. I said, "Everything okay?" And he says, it's like we're married. He says, "We will talk later." I said, "Okay." So I don't know. I don't know if there was tension there when we first got here, but as it smoothed out, are we still tense? Everything good?
No, it's not tense. We just got to – I'm anal about things. I want to be ready to go.
Well, I'm up talking to Jerry, and I come
know,
down, and he
that's
says,
tough, getting ready for Bristol Live.
He said, 7 minutes. You got 7. Are you ready to go? I said, well, yeah. That stuff's out in the car. I said, we got 7 minutes. I was like, okay.
I
It'll
understand.
happen.
I've been a show producer as well. I know what you're dealing with. The talent. You got to take care of the talent here.
Yeah, so
Did a great job today, guys, and
Thanks.
we can't wait to have you back. Love the 3-hour format. I hope everybody else does too. And looking forward to listening to the podcast on my way home tonight so I can see if I'm fired from what my dad said about Deflategate today.
That's what he said. He said, at the end of our segment, he said, I want to make sure I did not want to get Drew fired, and I did not get him fired. I said, there you go. All right. So, but
I love
that's
it.
all right. I love it,
Thanks
too.
for being here today,
Thank
guys.
you, man.
Absolutely.
It's Bristol, baby.
Okay.
Again, our buddy Drew Bedard, and that's pretty much going to wrap it up here. It's we love it. Again, we've started a new 3-hour format and a new start time, 11 to 2 every day, here again at Bristol Motor Speedway. And just back in the studio tomorrow and Friday. Are you back in at any point this week, or are you fishing?
I won't be fishing.
You have other things.
I may be tied up the rest of the week. I've got the mistress needs to be attended to.
You better explain that. The mistress needs to be attended to.
And her new garage, so to speak. I've got to take care of my trip in September. I've got my motorcycle and my trailer. I've got to get it set up.
Just for the record, his motorcycle is the mistress. He's happily married, so when he says we got to take care of the mistress, please don't go, golly, because it's it ain't what you think. It's his motorcycle. So
she's called the mistress. That's just the way it is.
There you go. I understand. So I want folks to understand that. How many years you and Mrs. V?
33.
33 years.
My boat's named after my wife.
Mrs. V. There you go. All right. Hey, we've done it, my friend. Give me some taters. Good job. And back at it tomorrow in studio. Back up here next Wednesday at Bruton Smith Building here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Thanks to Horace, and certainly thanks to all of our sponsors to make this thing go. And, again, back in the studio tomorrow for 3 more hours. Again, every day now from 11 to 2. We're bringing you the growing, and we certainly appreciate that at the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So for our guest, again, that would include Brandon Cross from the Dragway. Also, we had Dick Bedard, just a great listener. We appreciate that. Tommy Wyman from one of our great sponsors, Bracken Paving. And, of course, Drew Bedard from upstairs in the marketing department here at the Speedway. Appreciate all those folks. And Horace, I guess, to get them all in. Is that who we are?
I think you got them.
Everybody, yeah. So hit the button. We're rolling. Back in the saddle tomorrow for day number 121 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. For all of our guests, thank you again. Remember, as always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. We'll reconvene again tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, 11 to 2 here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Until then, have a great day. Give us a watch and listen tonight. And so long, everybody.